for Big D Energy, live on Woodward Sports. Join four-time Stanley Cup champion and legendary badass Darren McCarty and the golden voice of Neil Rule, Monday through Friday, 11 a.m. to 1 p.m., as they give their takes on all things Detroit sports. The number one midday show in Detroit is on. Welcome to Big D Energy.
Yo, 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 what's going on, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of Big D Energy. Big D. Right here on the Woodward Sports Network. My name is Neil Rule. That guy, Sean Belizean, of Lions pregame show fame, of Wayne State fame, of Detroit sports media fame. Breaking Big D Energy news, Sean Belizean, you and I will be together every Monday during the football season.
How great is that?
It's elite.
I'm really happy about that, seriously.
I am too.
That's fantastic. And today, you know, Neil, I've been involved, you've been involved in so many days like this in our lives, okay? And I half expect that people think that you're going to tune in, turn on the radio, television, come here to Woodward Sports, which is the best place to react, in my opinion, and you're going to hear ranting and raving, right? You're not getting it out of me today. There's no ranting and raving today.
Oh, no?
None. It's National Football League. Why should we be surprised? I'm serious. I hate to jump right into it, but like I know I'm supposed to be screaming for, you know, you got to cut this guy and this coaching staff and comparisons to days gone by and the banned three-letter words and everything. I want nothing to do with any of that crap, man. It's a National Football League. Crap's going to happen in the NFL. I'm not going to overreact, brother. It's not happening.
By the way, all right. KG is back, by the way.
Hi, KG.
KG is back in the house. Good to see.
Good to see you, man.
All
like
right.
I never left.
Speaking of like you never left, young Justin in the house for
I know,
some strange
right?
reason.
Aren't you supposed to be at school?
My class got canceled, so I had to come tap in. I mean, it's a pleasure.
Well,
There
fuck
it
that
is.
class.
Spencer Raxter.
Hello.
Spenny and I sat next to each other at the Lions game. You may
There are
have heard.
stories.
We did.
There are stories.
Oh, Spinny was on point.
I was lubricated yesterday.
Yes, you was on point.
An experience on national television as well.
Correct. You may have saw us on national TV, but I digress. We're gonna get into all.
Yo,
That's
arms
it.
folded. That's a meme right there.
That was it, right
And it
there.
has been memed.
That's fantastic.
Yeah. They're
That's fantastic.
in the
I was,
Silverdome.
I
shirt.
felt the tone in that
just
picture. You didn't have to say a word. I felt that tone.
It's our dump, Neil. You and I talked about
Yeah,
that. It's
I
our
love the
dump.
Silverdome.
Yep.
All right, ha ha he he. Everybody's here. That's the shot. that doesn't even apply to the game.
No.
Spitty, how many drinks is that, bro?
Oh,
It's a lot.
started with a bottle of champagne, and then we hit up second best.
Oh, yeah.
Quite a few drinks there.
No,
saw
we hit
that.
second best first,
Yeah.
then went to the game.
Yeah, no, I
Then
started
you
with-
went back to second
I
best.
started with a bottle of champagne at my boy's house, and then to second best, then to the game, then back to second best.
What a legend.
Yeah.
What a fucking
So
legend.
there's that. All right, Sean. Ha ha he he hoo hoo. Let's cut the shit. All right.
Yes.
We're here right now.
Yes.
Let's do it. Here we go. Okay. Let's just lay this down. You said no hail, fire, and brimstone. None of that. Well, allow me to step in then, Sean.
Do it.
Because here it is for me.
Uh-oh.
This comes down to this. This is a Super Bowl window. We're in it. This team is in it. This team we're talking about today is in it. They're in a
Absolutely.
Super Bowl window. And the bottom line is the quarterback play wasn't good enough.
Facts.
So when you break it down like that, I don't know what you can do about it. But Lamar Jackson has a lot of questions to answer today. Okay, I'm sorry. I was just kidding.
I like
everybody.
how you did that,
Yeah,
right.
I was
I
just
caught that.
kidding.
I was
caught
engaged,
that.
too.
looked at
I was
him.
just kidding.
I looked at
no,
him.
No, no,
That was good.
But he got a lot of money though. Quarterback got a lot of money. Lot of money. Lots expected. Super Bowl window. Dak Prescott needs to be better.
No, for real. How do they keep dropping games at home like that?
I don't know.
They had a textbook Cowboys loss yesterday.
But no. Let's get into it for real. This is a home game. You know, this was a game against a NFC North division opponent. This is a game that they were favored to win. This was a game that if you're a team chasing a Super Bowl, you expect to win.
Yes.
And the 49ers got to be better. They got to be better.
Gotta be better.
If you're a Super Bowl team, you can't lose that game.
Can't do it.
You can't, man.
Can't do it. Can't have it.
Can't
I
do
want
it.
winners.
Can't do
I
it.
can hear Singletary screaming right now. I want winners.
You get a contract for $250 million, hundreds of millions of dollars. And there's been a lot of questions about the quarterback. A lot of questions. Trevor Lawrence can't be like this anymore.
Can't do it. Nope.
Can't be like this anymore.
You out of
Even on
control
his
now.
special day where they named the stadium after him. You can't have it.
No.
You can't have it. Do you see his quote, too? We sucked. Good for you, man.
You suck.
We need more guys like that. Yeah, we
Self-reflection.
suck. Cool. Let's
All
roll.
right. Are we done joking?
Yes.
I hope so. I'm
we
waiting on
done
you.
joking?
I'm waiting on you.
People were saying that this guy has played at a top 5 quarterback level, was among the leaders in touchdown passes last year, was among the leader in passing yardage. We hear about it all the time. Joe Burrow's got to be better. They're 0-2. He's got to be better.
Why does this keep happening every year with the Bengals? Why does this keep happening? There's a problem there. It puts you behind the 8 ball.
I don't know. I absolutely don't know. Here's the moral of the story. You want me to sit here and freak out? And Sean, you said it best, man. We've talked about this both times we've been out at second best. This is the National Football League. What if I told you that I'm not going to stand here and melt down about this? Because I'm not. They outgained them over 2-1. Why didn't they run the football? Checks notes. Over 130 yards rushing in the game. They had 82 plays to the Buccaneers 42. Guess what it was, guys? They went to the red zone 7 times, got 1 touchdown. Mm-hmm. Can't win like that. You know who said they can't win like that? Jared Goff said they can't win like that. Dan Campbell said they can't win like that. And everyone wants like a magic pill, a one response answer that's going to make you feel better about everything like that. They were one of the best teams in the NFL at scoring tutties in the red zone last year. Yep. They were not good at it yesterday. And that is the difference in this league. And oh, by the way, this Buccaneers team has won 8 of their last 10 games. They have. The Lions were better in every facet, and except when it comes to punching it into the end zone in the red zone, Sean. If you go up and down the list of NFL football games and you take that stat, I'll be able to tell you the winner 9 times out of 10.
And I think the amazing thing is, I know everybody's going to make this about Jared Goff, and people like Spenny and I, the rehabilitated, this is supposed to be the golden opportunity for us to shake our finger and go, see what I told you? I ended up being right. No chance in hell you're getting it from me. It was but a step in a bunch of steps. And listen, we got to have a conversation about Ben Johnson. We have to have a conversation about Dan Campbell. We have to talk about 2 2-minute drills that really turned into 3 different drives where you were shaking your head going, it's like when I punish my kids, right? When they're younger, I always wanted them to take lessons from it, right? And so when they would do something, a lot of times I'd give them the quizzical look and I go, what were you hoping to accomplish there? And then they couldn't answer it. And thus, there's your answer. And that's what I was left feeling watching some of those play calls in both halves. It was the end of the half and the missed field goal. And then the 2 different drives, you're looking at some of those play calls going, what are you guys trying to do here? What are you hoping to accomplish with that pass, especially when you don't have any timeouts and when the clock is not in your favor? So to me, it was more than Jared Goff. Make no mistake about that. But this is the difference between this year and years gone by. I'm a big credit line guy, Neil.
Yeah.
I'm a big credit. This team, this franchise, this group has earned a sizable credit line. And I can hear people, I remember you yelling at Joey and remember you yelling at this and yelling at that. There was no credit line there. Mm-hmm. You were asking me to believe in something that had given me no reason to believe in it, okay? This team has a substantial credit line. And one of the funny things today, and I'm sure you've seen some facsimile of this, is, the Lions could be 1-3 going into the bye. Or this, that, or the other. You know what? I'm going to worry about it when it happens, okay? I'm sorry, this team has earned that right to let's take the wait-and-see approach. If they bounce back next week and go do what... Now, suddenly, so many people don't think that they're going to knock off the Cardinals because the Cardinals are so good again. We'll have that conversation then, right? The whole week-to-week living is lost on me, Neil. in the National Football League, you're going to have games like this. And yes, they're going to happen at home. You're not going 17-0. No way, no how. Deep breath, relax, okay? If you want to say they're on notice now and you're worried about this and that, fine. But the drama and the I can't, oh my gosh, it's happening again. Pump the brakes hard. Full stop on that crap, Neil. Full stop.
No, and that's it. And this goes back to what we've been talking about all summer long. We are still new money when it comes to fans and having a team with a credit line,
100%.
as you say. Here's the difference in the NFL. Everyone wants to talk about the end of the second half, which it was egregious. No doubt. You know who stood there, looked in your eyes, and said, that can't happen? The coach.
Yep.
The coach looked you in your eye and said, that can't happen. Okay, that's fair. Here's the difference in the National Football League. Patrick Mahomes yesterday, 151 yards passing, 2 interceptions, and they got away with it.
Yep.
They got away with it. They got away with it on a pass interference flag that was, probably pass interference. They got away with it. The Lions got away with it in week 1. Didn't get away with it yesterday. They just didn't. You can't go to the red zone 7 times and come away with 1 touchdown. You can't do that against any team. You go to the Tennessee Titans and you do that, you're getting beat. They drive Mercedes too, man. And if you want to sit here and say, well, you're making excuses for it, the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, one more time, have won 8 of their last 10 football games. They just have. And it's hard to win in this league. And yes, I know they were a favorite. And yes, it just seemed like they were fighting uphill constantly. Like that first interception where purely J-Mo was cut off.
Yeah.
Purely.
No doubt about it.
Illegal
Purely, no
contact
doubt.
all day long.
The other interception, you'll never convince me, it was Patrick, right?
Yep.
You'll never convince me he ran the wrong route. He didn't run the wrong route.
Yeah.
You'll never convince me of that.
I heard
You'll
you.
never convince me. But guess what you're going to do when you're up there and you're on that microphone if you're the Lions? You're not saying that.
That's on me.
That's what you say, because that when you're a leader and you have a good culture and you have a good team, that's what you say. You say, that's on me. If a graphic gets effed up on this show, I'm not going to sit there and during the show and go, Spenny, what the hell, man? I'm not doing that, dude. Because that's not how life works. Except for that graphic right there.
Spenny don't miss, though.
No, Spenny, but you get what I'm saying. Even though when someone tweets at the show, who are they going to tweet at? They're going to tweet at me and say, why was that messed up? I'm going to say, hey, man, I didn't get it right.
Yeah.
I thought I called for different graphics. I'm going to cover for you, man, because that's the way that it goes out
Right.
there. When you're a squad and you're a leader and you're
Figure
the
it
guy.
out in-house.
Keep that shit in-house.
Yeah.
You'll never convince me. And those are the moments that flip football games. You can overcome 1. You can overcome 2. But you can't overcome 3 or 4 or 5.
We talked about it in the pregame show yesterday, and I'm so glad that you hammered home the fact that, this just in, Tampa's pretty good, right?
Tried to say it, yeah.
They're
Yeah.
pretty good. And Neil, that was the first thing I said to you yesterday at second best. By the way, come out there. It's a fantastic
Yeah.
time.
Great spot.
That was literally the first thing that I said to you. Are we all guilty of overlooking Tampa a little
Yeah.
bit? Everybody and their brother was guaranteed victory. Now, listen, please don't get me wrong. I thought the Lions were going to win too, okay? I did. Point blank. I thought that. But that vibe was real. And, Neil, it's funny that you brought up what happened with the Cincy KC game, okay? Because when the Lions got their break late, when Tampa got the ball back and you thought the game was over and they threw for it on 3rd down,
Yeah.
the Lions got away with 1. Let's be honest. If we're going to play that, you missed that call, you missed that is a hook. That should be called every single time. And I thought to myself, see, this is what good teams do.
Yep.
Now we're going to get that meal on the stove and we're going to do some cooking because we're getting the ball back with plenty of time and they're going to dial up some stuff and we're going to end up in the end zone. It wasn't meant to be, but that's what you have to do in positions like that. And that's exactly what, look, KC got arguably a gift. I think it was a call. I think it's a call that they should have made. Quite frankly, I think they should have made that call against the Lions yesterday on that 3rd down. But you have to take advantage of those opportunities, and the Lions didn't. And it's okay. They're 1-1. The season doesn't change after that. This is not a team or regime Trust me, I've seen the shit, okay? That the second adversity hits, the head goes down like that. Where you're in that locker room and it seems like you're at a visitation for a gosh damn funeral in the 3rd week of October. This isn't that team. This isn't that culture. Again, don't come at me or Neil or anybody in here with, well, this is going to happen if that's going to happen. Why don't we all wait to see? I know you're convinced they're going to be 1-3 by the time the bye comes. Why don't we wait and see? We can have that conversation then accordingly. But I refuse to overreact today. It's not going to happen. Just not going to happen.
No.
The Bucks took it personal. That's what I was going to say. They took this game personal.
And for the people, like, look, Woodward Sports chat thread, jump into there. And I welcome all the messages. Everybody that wants to say, even Ryan Lentz, who's my guy. Easy. Everybody that's in here, man. You guys are running the old bits, and that's cool. I'm here for it. We can have the discussion. We can certainly have the discussion. Chuck Brewer, Neil, the real question, are all those fan bases as toxic as ours? Do we have a toxic fan base?
Yes.
Absolutely.
100%.
Absolutely.
Yes, this is how fan bases
100%.
are.
Yeah.
Circumstances have brought
Made
the
us
toxins
toxic.
in.
Yeah.
Absolutely. 100. Like, I don't apologize for anything I've done in the past. I don't.
Yeah.
Whether it be the dumb march or nicknames or anything like that, those were the circumstances.
Yeah.
And what I'm trying to say right now, the circumstances are different. It's not fair to hang these guys on the sins of the past. It's just not fair, and I'm not going to do it.
No. Kyle says, Lions have the best offensive line in the league with a two-headed monster and Gibbs and Montgomery. Run the damn ball. Checks notes. 27 carries, 139 yards, 5 yards per carry. Yeah. They ran the ball, guys.
They did.
They ran the ball. I get it. And if you're going to question that, then you got to question the guy. You got to question Ben Johnson. And I'm not going to do that because I'm going to be consistent about the way I feel and what I think about this organization. I'm not going to do that. I'm not going to hold Ben Johnson hostage over that game yesterday. Not doing it, man. So, all right, I know, Spenny, we got to get to the break. You get your thoughts in there in the Woodward Sports chat thread. Subscribe to the Woodward Sports YouTube channel. Those of you that are new checking us out, we're it, everybody. We're the #1 sports network in Detroit. We're glad that you're here. Tell them about Dispo.
And if you need to relax a little bit after yesterday's game.
Yes, you all do.
Make sure you go to Dispo, because how would you like $10 of free product from Dispo Dispensary? Screenshot this image with the QR code and bring it to any Dispo location, and you'll get $10 to spend in store with a minimum purchase of $25. Visit Dispo Dispensary today or go to visit disposhops.com. Dispo Dispensary, your local cannabis plug. And how about the New Holland Brewing?
Oh, yeah, you guys know because we've been doing this big at the Lions pregame show. And I'm going to be honest with you. I never had it before we were down at second best last week.
You like it. You like it, don't you?
Kickoff.
It's good.
Bro.
Yeah. Dutch?
You all know about the long drink, the gin-based cocktail, right? One is made right here in Michigan with all natural ingredients for a better flavor. Taller, the Dutch long drink from New Holland Brewing Company is shoulders above the rest. It's Manute Bull, and all the other long drinks out there are Muggsy Bogues, all right? That's what I'm saying. Made from New Holland small batch gin, 100% real grapefruit puree, for a fresh and delicious flavor. Taller is your long drink. Look, damn the copy, everybody. I'm telling you this. Sean, myself, keep bringing them.
Yes.
Keep bringing them. Thumbs up. Get out to second best for the pregame show for every Lions home game. New Holland's out there. It's Taller, the best gin-based drink in the world.
The Great American Chevy Week is back and bigger than ever at Feldman Chevrolet. Choose from the largest inventory of award-winning Chevys, all priced to move for the biggest week of the year. Get this 2024 Silverado for only $213 a month, or this 2024 Equinox for as low as $249 a month. Feldman takes the Great American Chevy Week to another level. Feldman Chevrolet, Michigan's #1 Chevy dealer.
Can't get enough Lions coverage? Make sure you catch all Woodward sports shows every game day. Wake up with Woodward and Maine, giving you the latest insight into the Lions locker room and press conferences. Then join the Lions pregame show, highlighting key matchups, injuries, and what to watch for during the game. Follow all the ups and downs of the live game action with our Woodward Watch Party live on YouTube and woodwardsports.com. After the game, check out the instant fan and host reactions with the Lions postgame show. Every game, it's wall-to-wall, kneecap-biting, high-fiving, chest-pumping Lions coverage.
Hell yeah!
Only at Detroit's #1 sports network, Woodward Sports.
Woodward Sports, let's go.
Neil Rule here for Woodward merch. Shop.woodwardsports.com. The Campbell Homes for President line. You guys don't want that anymore because the team stinks, right? Because it's over. It's over. We should pull all the football stuff off. Shop.woodwardsports.com. You know what? F it. Tigers playoff run. When we come back, get the Tiger stuff. Get the Welcome to Detroit stuff. Yeah. Stick, you hear me back there? Get all the Lions-based merchandise off. Shop.woodwardsports.com.
That's aggressive.
Back at it. Big
Go
D
Tigers.
Energy. Big D Energy, Woodward Sports Network, Neil Rule, Sean Belizean, every Monday of Lions season. You're with us on Sunday, and thousands of you were tapped in yesterday. Thousands. Thank you, by the way, in second best. Fans were out there and everything. You guys are supporting Woodward Sports
That
Network.
chicken sandwich was good.
Chicken sandwich was phenomenal.
Solid.
All of it. KG's in the house. Young Justin left school.
I got
came
the
back
cheese
here for
curds.
today. Did you
from
really?
Second best. Those were really good. They were like garlicky. It's good
Okay.
stuff.
What about that hot dog you had at Ford Field?
The hot dog was good. Are we playing it now?
Yeah, let's do it. I for those that don't know, I went to the game with Spenny yesterday.
Yes.
It was an experience.
It was fun.
What kind of experience was it?
It was a lubricated experience. Pause.
Yeah.
Let's see. What's up, everybody? Neil Rule, Big D Energy here with Spencer Raxter. He's got the hot dog. Spenny, we smashing it?
Oh, yeah.
There's one bite. There's one bite. Hurry, they're going to run a play, Spenny. Hurry. Hurry. Jared Goff handoff. David Montgomery cuts it back. Bounces it outside. Solid gain of 4. And all that in the time it took Spencer Raxter to eat a hot dog. He's the truth, everybody. He's got Mike and Ike. Those are nasty. But, hey, the hot dog game was strong. Of course Maz loves Mike and Ike's. Boo, Maz. Nothing more on brand than Maz liking Mike and Ike.
Mike and Ike's are good.
Listen,
you can't
it
hate
is
on the
not a
Mike
party
and
until Mike and Ike show up.
I love Mike and Ike's.
Let's be honest. It
Yeah.
just isn't. It's not a party until Mike and Ike shows up. That was impressive, Spenny.
Yeah.
That
thank
was
you.
impressive.
Thank you.
Yeah,
Feel
they're
like we should hit the pause button on you a little bit. for
Yeah,
that.
a little bit.
Just a little
for
bit.
nasty ass.
I'm with Neil. That's on brand for Maz. He likes candy corn. I feel like they're in the same
Listen,
family.
no.
Mike
no,
and Ike's and candy
no,
corn
no,
is
no.
not. Don't even do
That's
that.
where I draw them.
Yeah.
Mike and Ike's
Young
are
Justin.
Don't do that.
Don't
Don't
go
do
there.
that.
I'm sorry. Let's compare the ingredients, shall we?
I'm sure they're
Not the
similar,
same.
other than the red
No?
40 that's in the Mike and Ike's.
Yeah.
They might have similar ingredients. It's
good.
not
Mike
the
and Ike's do
same.
not taste like candy. Mike and Ike's
Not
are
at all.
good.
Well, no, they use different chemical-based wax.
Yeah.
All right, anyway, let's get into it, everybody. We are back at it. Big D Energy, Woodward Sports Network. Okay, you know what? I wanted to get into the game, Sean. I wanted to talk about the game, but now the chat wants to go this way, so you know what? F it.
Oh, God.
Let's go this way.
Let's do
because
it.
it won't die. One funky Lions fans. Goff slappies can't face the truth. Call people names for calling out Goff. Y'all are pathetic. Mike G, we can challenge Goff. Just don't turn the ball over, and we win that game. Ryan Lentz in the back has it. So let's just give you all what you want right now, okay?
God.
It was a long winter for you guys, wasn't it? And I told you guys this. Remember, we did the poll. We did the poll like 2 weeks ago. I said you guys were all still here, all of you. It was a long winter, but here you are. You've just, hey, everybody, we're back. What's going on? Golf hater here. We're back. You guys were gone for a long time, but look at you guys are all back right now. So let's have the conversation, Sean. When does Hendon Hooker start? Arizona, first team reps tomorrow in practice. Break it down, Sean.
When they lose at Arizona next week and at Frisco, I think the bye week comes at against
Seahawks
Seattle.
at home.
I think the bye week comes at a perfect time to work Hendon Hooker in.
There you go.
So coming out of the break, the Hendon Hooker regime starts.
The era begins.
Yeah, it does. That's just the way it goes. Hey, I'm going to say it again, Neil. I was one of those guys, okay? And I stand by the fact that he wasn't good at the tail end of his Rams tenure. He wasn't good when he started here. The reality is, if you put a guy in positions of comfortability, it's amazing how much better a guy can be. Now, again, no quarterback likes to be pressured. Some quarterbacks deal with pressure better than others. Jared Goff is not one of those, but it's a both things can be true situation. If this guy's protected, if this guy has time, he can be a surgeon. He's shown that. He's proven that. Make no mistake about that. You're going to have these bad games. If it turns into 2 or 3, we'll have the conversation then. We will. We will have the conversation then. I promise you. Gosh, Neil, I hope if I've shown anything over the course of my career, I'll call out anybody. I don't have a problem with it. This is not a bought and paid for situation. This is a team, and quite frankly, a guy that has earned a little bit of respect. And they have that credit line. So because of that, no, I'm with you. This would be a perfect time for guys like Speniana to sit back and do exactly what you said. Well, I got killed by everybody. How you feeling today? Sorry. This town, and I think this goes everywhere to me, Neil, but this town in particular loves to take the small and make it speak for the large. We've been guilty about it both ways. There's no doubt about it. Hey, take that small sample size. Look at what this pitcher's doing. Oh, my goodness gracious. Look at the rest of his numbers, for goodness sake. Let's look at the whole. This guy, the last couple years, there's 100 more positives as the team as well. Relax. It's going to happen. And it happened against a good team.
Yeah.
It'd be one thing if you had your
No. 42-10, 42-17. Lions will smash the Bucs. No, Sean. Don't lie. Don't sit over on that chair and lie.
If this was the Raiders, okay? If this was the Raiders and you had that 8.5 point bump
and
on the Raiders,
and you were in a Super Bowl window,
right?
And you had a quarterback, like a quarterback that everyone perceives to be good, and you were playing the Raiders at home and you lost. Oh my God!
I'll go back to what I said at the start of our show yesterday. I honestly felt a lot of people were just kind of going like this, tisk to Tampa. And look, that's what happens. It's the National Football League, man. This isn't new. Is this your first spin around? Hey, listen, guys, if you're right, we'll see it next week. We'll see it the week after that. And then we have no choice but to confront it and go, uh-oh. Some of those bad habits are popping back. Neil, we now have to have a conversation out. You're out your mind if you think I'm doing it after a game. It's not going to happen. It's not realistic. It's not fair. It's not deserved. Was he good yesterday? Absolutely not. He wasn't. No doubt about it. And the seeing ghost stuff scares the shit out of me. I'm not going to lie to you. You know, we all know when Jared Goff starts seeing ghosts, okay? And that kind of, if you remember, that kind of creeped itself back in a little bit late last year. And then they got it back on the rails. But it's not happening after a game, man. It's not happening.
Here's the deal with Misha, because we're in full-fledged this mode right now.
Oh, of course.
And I knew we were going to get here. I'm surprised it took 12 minutes, but here we are. And, Sean, I'm going to lay it down right now. If you want to do that stuff, if people want to talk about, well, he's got to be protected. Everybody in this league's got to be protected. Just keep it 100, everybody. If you're going to talk the shit, then keep it 100. Because I go off little things like facts, like last year when Jared Goff led the league in passing against the blitz. Led the league. Let me say that again. So your narrative is false. Your narrative is flat out false. Bring it to me factually, everybody, because you can get your little talking points and go down your checklist all you want. We saw tons of examples around the league yesterday. I know we're new to this. I know we're new to the Super Bowl expectations. Patrick Mahomes threw for 150 yards and 2 picks. Lamar Jackson, the league MVP. If we only had a mobile quarterback. That's all he can do. They're 0-2. They lost to the Raiders at home yesterday. That's where they are. That's the reality. The 49ers lost at Minnesota. That happened. These are your contemporaries, right? Super Bowl window, Super Bowl or bust. Ravens, Lions, 49ers. This is the water we're in right now, everybody. It happens in this league. And if you want to pop up all of a sudden out of the blue and be like, Jared Goff's terrible, then okay, go ahead and do it. But then keep it consistent. Keep it consistent. And you have to say, well, Joe Burrow's 0-2, he's terrible. Keep it 100 with everybody. Don't be on your bullshit right now and your little checkpoint talking points that you guys all have. You make it like a political party or something like that. The way you just go to your list. Where's my talking points? Let me see. Incomplete pass. Oh, has bad arm. Leads league in deep passes. Bad against pressure. Go down your list. He's awful against pressure. All you got to do is pressure him and you take him out of the game. No shit, every quarterback in this league is like that. Look at the Super Bowl Mahomes lost. He ran for his life in that game. All right, Spenny, I'm sorry.
It's okay.
I'm sorry. I'm tired. I'm tired of bullshit. Like, I'm tired of you going to your talking points and just going down your list going, here we have subsection 1A of the Jared Goff criticism checklist. I'm going to point B, if you will give me a moment.
Small hands.
Yeah, small hand. Like, I'm tired of the lazy shit. Come with something new. And come on out to the pregame show, everybody, because we're doing it better than anybody. All of Lions game day. It starts at 8 a.m. Woodward in Maine. Terry Foster, legend. Matthew Broder, who changed his name from Matt to Matthew for the pregame show. Check them out. That gets everything started. Roll right into myself and Sean Belizean. Every home game live at Second Best, 42 Watson Street. Brought to you by the New Holland Brewing Company. Their products are out there. It's fantastic. Also brought to you by Sabbath Coffee Roasters. Tullamore Dew Irish Whiskey. It's a hell of a combo together if you want to do it. We talked about it. Sunday before noon, you can drink whatever you want, mix whatever you want, and it works. It absolutely works. So again, nobody in this town, and the metrics are in, you agree with us, nobody in this town does Lions and NFL game day better than Woodward Sports. That's fact, not opinion. Caesars, that's right, everybody. The official sports book of Woodward Sports. Here's the deal, everybody. Up to $1,000 if your first bet loses. That's all you got to do. Scan the QR code on the screen. Use a promo code Woodward1000. If you've been hemming and hawing, or you're not a customer of Caesars Sportsbook, there's no better time in the world to start. Deposit your money, make your first bet up to $1,000. If it loses, you get that back in credits. So there you go, everybody. It's a no-lose situation. Again, use promo code Woodward1000. Some of you in the chat did it the very first day. Caesars Sportsbook came on board with us. We appreciate it. Keep it rolling, everybody. Caesars Sportsbook. The app is clean. It's easy to look at. It's easy to navigate. All the numbers are there. You want Spencer Raxter's crazy ass $5 to win $27 million bajillion dollars? It's on there for you. Caesars
So you're telling me
Sportsbook.
there's a chance.
You're telling me there's a chance. Caesars Sportsbook, the official sportsbook of Woodward Sports.
Come to any Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men and claim your throne for a king's treatment from one of our talented stylists. Open 7 days a week. Walk in anytime. Just get to a Lady Jane's today and receive a precision haircut, scalp massage, hot lather neck shave, and a hot towel treatment. A haircut should not be a chore. It should be an experience. And that's exactly what Lady Jane's has to offer. Open 7 days a week. Walk-ins are always welcome. There's always a location near you. Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men. It's wicked awesome.
Love Woodward Sports? Love wearing clothes? Then you should be wearing Woodward Sports clothes. Check out our full line of merch at woodwardsports.com. Just click on shop. We have all your favorite designs, like Dan Campbell kneecaps, Woodward Golf, and of course, our own logoed out merchandise. Men, women, infants, kids all love Woodward Sports. Impress your friends. Impress your boss. Impress your dog. Buy Woodward Sports merch today. The countdown to kickoff is here. Your Detroit Lions are ready for another season of grit. Woodward Sports is your #1 destination for all breaking news and Lions coverage. We are Detroit's #1 sports network. We are Woodward Sports.
Premier Pet Supply is hands down Michigan's best pet store. Same prices and all the conveniences the online and big box retailers, with one major difference. They're family and locally owned and operated for over 30 years. 60 brands of food and nutrition experts to help you. Same day, local curbside home delivery. Premier Pet Supply. Give your pet the best. www.premierpetsupply.com.
All right, keeping it pushing. Big D Energy, Woodward Sports Network, Neil Rule, Sean Belizean. Of course, we have KG back in the fold. Young Justin is here hanging out. Spencer Raxter as well. Mike G. Goff just needs to step into his check down throws. His mechanics look soft on those throws. Just step into them, and he gets there with more zip. No floaters. Phil, why should we listen to your BS pregame? We'll just get a lecture from a media hack that knows nothing.
It's fair.
I agree.
Lick my nuts, Phil.
What are you doing in the chat right now, bro?
Yeah.
Yeah, Phil.
Yeah, Phil.
What you doing, Phil?
Fucking Phil.
Having a good day, Phil?
Yeah.
All the best.
Hey, Phil, thanks for the click, man.
All right.
Appreciate you.
Phil.
Wouldn't be
Pumping
here
our
without the
algorithm.
support of fans like you, Phil.
That's right, Phil.
I
Thanks,
hope
man.
life gets better.
The Shaquille Oatmeal will still go, all caps, we're still going to the Super Bowl, MFers. So
That's how I feel about it.
yeah.
You hit something, though, Neil. Whether people want to admit it or not, I don't care. It's inconsequential. This is new to all of us, okay? This really is. This is new to all of us. Even going back in the day, there wasn't a season and there weren't expectations like this. Maybe if you want to make the argument about 92. That's why in other fan bases, if Aaron Rodgers tells his fan base to relax, you know what most of the people did? They chilled. And then Aaron Rodgers did Aaron Rodgers things, and the Packers did Packer things, a lot of times at our expense. And there were the Packers back in the playoffs and back as a viable threat. Now, did they finish it? Nah, they didn't, but that one time. But we aren't used to this. Do you know what we're used to? We are programmed for failure. Whether we want to hear it or not, again, I don't care. It's all we've seen in our lifetime. Really, that's all that we've seen. Whether it be, look at us, we're in the playoff and then out in one game. These are waters that none of us have been in. None of us. Where you didn't win one playoff game, you won 2 playoff games.
In 7 days.
And you go into the next season as a Super Bowl favorite to a lot of people. Favorite. Not to win it all, but to represent the NFC. So at the first sign of adversity, do you know what happens? Our brains go back because that's learned behavior. And that's nobody's fault but the Lions' fault, mind you. I'm not even blaming you for that. That's not your fault. That's how you were brought up. But what I'm saying and what Neil's saying is this is a new franchise. This is a new era. Your eyes aren't lying what you're seeing, man, over the past year and a half. Heck, you could go back to the second half of the 2022 season. Your eyes are not lying. So if you're one of those people, you're waiting for the other shoe to drop, just wait a little bit longer. If they're 1-3 heading into the bye, we're all going to have a serious conversation. We are, whether we want to admit it or not. Because then at that point in time, do you know what? That hopium flips to the other side. Then Neil has to sit up here, and I have to sit up here, and I have to try to sell you hope when they're 1-3. And that's a tough, tough thing to do. But today, after one game, it's one game, man. Relax. Chill out. Mm-hmm. Honestly, that's Neil. I don't get it.
But Sean, I knew you people were here. I knew you were.
I love you people. I love you people.
I knew you guys were
yeah.
here. I knew you were. Remember, we did the poll.
Yep.
Spenny, because I knew this was going to happen.
Of course.
And no, everybody's on board. Bullshit. Here you are, everybody.
Listen, as a reformed, like me and Sean, we are reformed haters. We are, you know, we're in the healing
You
process.
still go to meetings.
I don't go to meetings anymore.
You don't say the G word anymore.
But I think everyone can say that both things are true. That Jared Goff needs to perform better. He does, flat out.
Yeah, Jared Goff said that.
And it was one game. I said this last year when I was freaking out after Thanksgiving, after Chicago. Oh, it's over. This is terrible. Look how bad it is. I'm not going to do that anymore. Like Sean said, this team established a line of credit to where I have the faith that they'll be better. I have the faith that they'll overcome the things that they did incorrectly and the things they did poorly. And Ben Johnson was a big factor in that. Jared Goff was a big factor in that. Dan Campbell was a big factor in that. All those guys know that. All those guys hold themselves accountable. They're going to be fine.
Can we put a poll up in the chat? I want to do this as we go on. This just kind of popped in my head because I got to know. Does Ben Johnson suck now? Yes or no?
Not at all.
Put it in the chat. I want it. Everyone's got that energy right. Everyone's got that big D energy right now here in this chat thread. So I want to know: are you talking about it or are you being about it?
Well,
does Ben Johnson suck now?
And let's be fair. I'm willing to concede. I openly admit this, and I don't want anybody to misconstrue. Yes, no quarterback likes to be pressured. Yes, no quarterback likes to be put in positions of uncomfortability. A lot of quarterbacks handle it differently. Jared Goff is not one that handles it well. You're absolutely right. And this is both things can be true. Like, Neil, I'm not saying you're wrong. What quarterback? Hey, man, I really love when they blitz me. Yeah. Said nobody, okay?
Right.
My favorite's when Aaron Donald would break free and be chasing me.
I love when he's up in my grill. It brings the best out in me.
Sean, when that nose tackle comes through and I have to throw off my back foot across the middle, it's my favorite spot to be.
Some guys handle it better. Like Peyton Manning was a guy. Everybody knew that was a guy because of his work. Yeah, he doesn't want to be in that position, but he's going to make you pay. Jared Goff isn't in that area. But here's the beautiful thing about this game of football. How often is this guy in positions of uncomfortability? And if they happen, and Spenny, I'm so glad that you brought up late last season. I really am. Because you saw it for a couple weeks. We all shit our pants for a couple weeks. We all did. Whether you want to admit it or not, maybe you didn't verbalize it, but you were like, oh, that was fun. We are just going to get roped by Matthew Stafford. And then guess what? They kept Jared Goff clean, and they allowed him to take the scalpel and literally make those surgical moves that he can do. I have faith and trust. If this offensive line is as good as we all say it is, and I don't think anybody argued that too much, I feel pretty good about them keeping Jared Goff in positions of comfortability. I really do. I feel really good about that.
Woodward Sports chat poll. Does Ben Johnson suck now? 18% of you say yes. Okay, let's go to the next level.
Oh, God.
Does Jared Goff suck now?
Okay.
Well, he's been sucked to a lot of people.
Yeah, this should be what, 60% yes?
Probably.
Right?
Yeah,
should be
around there.
I can't wait for this. Does Jared Goff suck now? Second in the league in yards last year, fourth in touchdowns, won you 2 playoff games in 7 days when you went 7 decades between winning 2 playoff games before. I can't wait for this one. This one's going to be fun. Here's the bottom line with all this, Sean. I wanted to do the football stuff. I wanted to take a look at it, and I wanted to get in depth and say, hey, man, how did this really break out? Because there is one thing that the coaching staff did yesterday that I was really upset about, that I do want to get to at some point today, but we can't have those discussions because we got to get through this shit all the time. But here we are, Sean. The bottom line is this, because somebody here in the chat, Big M, F the credit line, I've been there before. I end up closing that account on them for default. Big M, here's the deal. 2 Halloweens have passed since they've lost back-to-back games. 2 Halloweens.
Mm-hmm.
How can you compare a previous credit line to what this team has done?
There was no credit line in the past.
What planet are you on, man?
Right.
Just chill a little bit. Just chill a little bit. There is no credit line compared to what this team has done. None. And the problem that people like I had for so many years is you guys telling me I didn't see what I saw. Oh, you're being too hard on this Joey Harrington guy. Or, this team's really good. Pay no attention to the lack of offense and all of that. Okay? This isn't a team like the 2016 Lions, okay, that started out 9-4 and had 3 tough games to end the season and got pounded each one to go into the playoffs and go out meekly and very, very quietly in the first round. There is no comparison. I get it. You're emotional. I'm trying really hard to give you a big virtual hug right now. But don't say something like that, man. That's a really bad take. That credit was here. This credit, based on what they did last year, is there. If you want to close your account, cool. I'm not even going to argue with you over that. Don't compare that. They're 2 entirely different places, man. Come on, you at least give me that. At least give us that. Come on.
You can't even do the virtual hug shit at this point. Like, I can't keep blaming, the Lions. If they've changed, why can't we? Right. Like, we need to evolve as fans. They decided that they wanted to give a F about this franchise, so that's when I bought in. But why can't you evolve as a fan? We can't keep blaming this on the past. That shit's over. If you can't tell it's different by now, then I don't know what to tell you.
You hearing that? That's some Rocky IV shit right there.
If I can change.
If I can change.
And you can change.
Everybody can change.
We can't
that man stopped the Cold War.
We all got hurt. So what? We all hurt. We all walk around this bitch hurt. We all got problems. Who cares?
You'll be hurting if you don't get your haircut at Lady Jane's.
That's a fact.
If you want to change the way you look, the first place you should go is Lady Jane's. Because as awesome as when a guy can be a guy and get an amazing haircut. That's Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men. Stop in, sit back, relax, and let one of Lady Jane's talented stylists make you look and feel great. You can get the hot leather neck shave. You can get the scalp massage. You can get the beard trim. Anything you want, Lady Jane's. Walk in anytime, 7 days a week. Lady Jane's, it's wicked awesome.
Braylon Edwards here, Premier Pet Supply. Man, just looking around, who's got it better than pets? Come on, a baby stroller for Coda? A chef for Lola? Really? You don't have to tell me who the real boss here is. Who's got it better than pets? Nobody, especially here at Premier Pet Supply. For over 30 years and more than 13 locations, Premier Pet Supply has everything that your pet can dream of, and guess what? It's all under one roof. Premier Pet Supply, family owned, operated, and proud to call Metro Detroit home. Check out premierpetsupply.com or scan the QR code today. Who's got it better than pets?
Nobody! It's bear hunting season, and Dan Campbell is hungry for some kneecaps.
If you can just get a hold of them and you start dragging their ass out to the deep, dark abyss, you can drown them.
The Kings of the North are back for another year of the brand new Lions. Make sure you're locked in to Detroit's #1 sports network for all the news and info on your Detroit Lions.
Woodward Sports, let's go.
Guardian Alarm will help you customize solutions from real experts. Their professional technicians take the time to recommend security and automation solutions specific to your needs. They also have 24/7 professional monitoring. You can call them anytime, day or night, and know a Guardian Alarm team member will stay on the phone as long as needed. And of course, they have the technology backed by people. Your safety and security deserves technology. It's been proven to work, and people have been proven to care. So call them at 1-800-STAY-OUT. That's 1-800-STAY-OUT, and let them know Woodward Sports sent you.
All right, keeping it pushing, everybody. Big D Energy, Woodward Sports Network, Neil Rule, Sean Belizean. He'll be in here every Monday for the rest of the NFL season. Can't wait for that. That's right. Certainly as well, the Lions pregame show. Phil won't watch, but we hope the rest of you will. Right. KG is here in the building. Young Justin making a celebrity appearance. Spencer Raxter as well.
Hello.
Shout out heavyweights, 5 to 7. But yeah, man, we're getting into it and we're cutting the shit today.
Right.
Where you at?
Let's cut the shit.
The off season, that was the time for therapy. Like, we in the shit now.
Absolutely.
Like, who cares? Get over it.
What did does Jared Goff suck poll end at?
I think it was 83% no.
So 17% of the people think he sucks.
18% vote. It was 81% no.
18% of the
yes.
people think that Jared Goff sucks now.
Do you know, can I go back just a few years? And KG, I'm sorry.
No,
I'm going to
good.
use you as an example, okay?
Feel free.
Do you want to know what a difference between, like, say, the Detroit Lions and, say, Michigan football is? All that winning. And that, coincidentally, drove guys like Neil, myself, and Spenny nuts. Because there was a time, if the coach jumped up and yelled, "This is Michigan," people thought that added 2 extra wins, at least 3 points a game. All you had to say is, "This is Michigan." Right? Everything's going to be okay because I said this is Michigan. And we have all these recruits coming in. Wait till you see these 4 and 5 stars. And Milky Waters is a 6-star recruit. Wait till you see how great he is, okay? But you know what? The fan base ate that shit up. Why? Because you know what? There was a modicum of truth to that, whether we wanted to believe it or not, okay? They were Michigan. That's what Michigan does. That's what Michigan did for years. They found a way, okay? Now, again, we can have arguments about where they belonged in the pecking order of national powers and everything, but more often than not, and so that's what I find fascinating, Neil, is maybe you're one of those people. Like, everything's going to be okay because we're Michigan. Everything's going to be all right. This Rich Rod, trust me, this 3-3-5 thing's going to work out real well. Why? Because it's Michigan. Oh, Brady Hoke came home. Pay no attention to what you're seeing. Brady Hoke's home. He gets it. He's from the
Michigan man.
He's a Michigan man. He's from the tree, the holy tree. So everything will be okay. Why? Because it's Michigan. Okay? And then it wasn't. And it wasn't for a long time. But in the back of your head, you know what you held on to? This is Michigan. And eventually we're going to get it right. And I can't blame you. Because they are a brand, and brands, you have to work really hard to make brands go away. And conversely, this is why I empathize with a lot of you. The Lions have become a brand. They were a brand. Whether we want to admit it or not, the Lions were a brand. I can't tell you how many times I had conversations with people from other markets, media members, who are paid to do pregame, postgame, television shows. And I would tell them, do you understand the Lions have 1 playoff win in the Super Bowl era? Ha ha ha, that's funny. Ha ha. I'm not laughing. What are you talking about, man? 1. No way. No. 1. Look it up.
Other fan bases refuse to believe
They
that.
would not believe it. Media members.
Yeah.
Listen, I'm going to call them out. The voice of the Minnesota Vikings didn't believe it. I had that conversation with him. And he was like, no. I go, dude, look it up. And like literally, he came back to me. He was like, holy shit. Somebody from Cincinnati. I had a conversation with Cincinnati where they were telling me, nobody's had it worse than us, man. Mike Brown. And I go, okay, I want you to pick 1 of the years you went to the Super Bowl. Just 1. Just 1 of the years you went to the Super Bowl. Oh, all right, how about the year we played at the Silverdome? I go, do you understand in the span of a week that you had more playoff wins than we've seen in our lifetimes? Well, that's just not true. Okay, well, this is where I need you to go do a little homework and then come back to me and find out what you find out. So Neil, in a certain regard, I get it. I empathize. I do. Really, I truly do, because this is what we were brought up in, okay? Why is it so hard to say maybe it's different? Because it is. That, as Neil said, they won 2 playoff games in the span of a week, where a lot of you watching this right now don't remember 1. I had one fucking playoff win. 1.
Ever.
That's it in my life. And that's why I joke with you all the time. Like, when this happens, not if, when this happens, I will do a dance on my grandfather's grave. I will. I love my grandfather. Miss you, Grandpa. But he told me all the time, don't waste your time.
My uncle was the same way.
It's a lifetime of heartache. Don't do it. So, again, this is what, don't listen to me. Don't listen. I just went through this big rant. Neil's going through all these. What are your eyes seeing? What are your life experiences seeing? Like, you can't. It's unarguable that it's different. Now, if it reverts, then the onus is on us. We're assholes. We're wrong. If we tell you 5 weeks from now and the Lions are struggling mightily, your eyes aren't seeing what they're seeing. That's on us at that point in time. And I think that's what pisses people off. A lot of times people in media will tell you you're not seeing what you're seeing, okay? This was a bad game. Anybody out there want to deny it? Anybody? Any of you guys?
No.
Anybody?
No.
Anybody want to put that in a frame and go, oh, we got some great memories. Smitty, you remember that great game at Tampa?
You ate the hot dog?
You ate the hot dog? It was the best of times. Nobody's saying it. It was a bad game, okay?
And Sean, that one playoff win was with Barry Sanders on the team, correct?
Yes.
Arguably the greatest Lion
Gen Z,
of all
man.
time.
Gen Z,
and now
everybody.
we have a team that won 2 playoff games, and now we want to jump ship. Like
I don't get it, dude.
There's been no stock that has been put in this. It doesn't make any sense.
I don't get it. I don't get it. Okay. We'll have. I promise you. Like, as sure as I'm sitting here, you have my word. Let's revisit this very conversation a month from now. Okay? A month from now, mid-October. If the Lions are languishing, shame on me, shame on Neil, and shame on everybody in this room if we can't call their shit out. That's on us at that point in time. And right now, it's on you.
The flip side of that coin, Sean, guess what? The game in Arizona next week is a coin flip.
Mm-hmm.
For real, everybody.
Yeah.
It's a coin flip game. They just beat the piss out of the Rams.
Yeah, they are improved.
Smoke.
I was trying to tell people. People thought I was crazy for having that as a L.
From the same guys that brought you the Houston Texans last year, Spencer Raxter, Neil Rule, that brought you the Houston Texans last year. Spenny, what did we say in July when we started looking around the league?
They had a damn good draft.
They had a damn good draft. And all that draft capital they got, because they're the ones that kind of enabled the Texans to do what they did. Because they did the trade that let them get Will Anderson.
Yep.
Now they got to harvest their crops that they planted. They're a much improved football team. Kyler Murray looks good again. Mm-hmm. And guess what, everybody? It's hard to win on the road. The game's going to be a street fight. More than likely, it's going to be. Now, here's the deal. When we come back, I want to get into the football because I did see something. And James, Spenny wolfing down that juicy. The following message has come from James in the chat.
Right.
This is me reading this as James, everybody. Spenny wolfing down that juicy wiener has inspired me. Top 5 spirit animals. Spenny is my spirit animal, and I know I will not offend him.
Womp womp.
Womp womp. There you go. So that one was pretty funny. Woodward Sports chat thread. Honolulu BS. I lied in that golf poll. Golf doesn't suck. I just wanted to sway the numbers towards drama. At least you're honest about
Thank
it.
you.
Right.
Appreciate you.
Appreciate your honesty.
Tip of the cap, bro.
Yeah, we appreciate honesty. It's celebrated here. Mr. Joe with the gringo. Yo, chill with the polls, man. It's hard enough to drive a message without half my screen gone. At least you're honest.
Yeah.
We celebrate honesty here. I love it. No, when we come back, Sean, this is the segment I wanted to do.
All right.
It's the football stuff. Because I did see something, and Spenny, I brought it up in passing when it happened. Mm-hmm. I was upset.
Okay.
I was very upset about it because I believe it flew against everything that we were told. Everything that we were told, it went against all of it. And I doubt that the media asked about it. I would have if I were in there, but I'm a media hack, according to Phil. So I wasn't in the room.
Shout out, Phil.
So I didn't ask. But I'll ask a question and see if you guys can do it. WeezyD313, I mean, Kyler's mobile and has a better arm. Goff without Reynolds. Okay, everybody calm down. Okay, all right, everybody calm down.
Honestly, KG, I think you and I had this conversation this summer. I think people kind of pound on him, Kyler, unmercifully.
Yeah, they do.
I don't. Is he great? Am I putting him in an upper echelon? No.
No, but he's not bad at all.
He's not bad. He's not bad. I'm of the opinion that people have really slandered him for not really good reason.
Yeah.
And again, I'm not putting him on a pedestal. I think he's a pretty good quarterback. I do. I think in a tough spot too. Let's be honest.
Yeah.
That's been a disaster.
I'd rather
for a
have
long
his
time.
contract set up than a lot of other contracts
Amen
that
to
are in
that.
this league. I'll say it like that.
Amen to that.
Spenny, Mark White.
Let me tell you guys about Swiss
I'm
Insurance.
sorry, Swiss. I jumped the gun.
Now more than ever, it is critical for you to have your insurance reviewed. Swiss Insurance will make sure your carrier is not slipping in extra fees. Call Mark at Swiss Insurance today at 313-530-1698 or go to SwissINS.com. It's Swiss Insurance.
Braylon Edwards here, Premier Pet Supply. Man, just looking around, who's got it better than pets? Come on, a baby stroller for Coda? A chef for Lola? Really? You don't have to tell me who the real boss here is. Who's got it better than pets? Nobody, especially here at Premier Pet Supply. For over 30 years and more than 13 locations, Premier Pet Supply has everything that your pet can dream of, and guess what? It's all under one roof. Premier Pet Supply, family owned, operated, and proud to call Metro Detroit home. Check out premierpetsupply.com or scan the QR code today. Who's got it better than pets?
Nobody! At Planet Fitness, you can get everything you need for just $1 down.
Try out Planet Fitness and dang, they got lots of equipment.
Not me getting a Planet Fitness membership just for the 24-hour perk.
Hey, y'all better get on these free fitness training sessions from Planet Fitness.
Did y'all know that the PF app has workouts you can do at home? Cheapest therapy I can find is Planet Fitness.
Join Planet Fitness today and get everything you need for just $1 down. $15 a month, cancel anytime. Deal ends Thursday, July 18th.
Detroit sports. Make sure you listen to Ermanni and Edwards with Maz next, 2 p.m. to 4 p.m. on the Woodward Sports Network.
Still time, everybody, to join the best youth football league in Metro Detroit, the Boys and Girls Clubs of Southeastern Michigan's 3C Sports League. Youth ages 5 to 14 have 6 different teams to choose from in Detroit, Belleville, Highland Park, and East Point. All the football coaches, all the cheer coaches are trained, certified, and undergo background checks. You can register for football or cheer at bgcsm.org. Equipment, meals, and transportation are all included for a chance to play for a championship at Ford Field, just $175 per child. Put the youth back in youth sports with BGCSM 3C Sports. Keeping it pushing, everybody. Big D Energy, Woodward Sports Network, Neil Rule, Sean Belesian. We got KG, Young Justin's making a cameo appearance. Spencer Raxter's here. All of you are on the Woodward Sports chat thread. Explosive viewership growth again, as it has been. Subscribe to the Woodward Sports YouTube channel. Get your thoughts in there. I read all the messages. You want to hate, I'll read them. If you don't fit my narrative, I'll still read them. You guys are taking the time to listen, and watch. Least I can do is get your thoughts out there. Sean and I will be together every Monday for football season. Of course, on the heels of the Lions pregame show as well, brought to you by New Holland Brewing. But Sean, Lions fall yesterday, and I wanted to do the quote, the football thing. Here's the play that really bothered me. In the fourth quarter, the Lions, and this is coming from the X or Twitter account, Surrender Index 90. Detroit decided to punt to Tampa Bay on the Tampa Bay 41 on 4th and 7 with 13 minutes in the fourth quarter while losing by 4 points. With a surrender index, I don't know what goes into the surrender index, but whatever, of 44.14, this punt ranks as the 99.4% percentile of cowardly punts in the 2024 season and of 99 percentile of all cowardly punts since 1999. And the reason I bring this up is because, for the crowd, and look, we know the fake punt, which was incredible. I'm sad they didn't get points out of that drive. That crushed my soul. But the moral of the story is, I was told that's why Jake Bates is here. I was told that's why he was here. I wanted that field goal. I was pounding the table for that field goal. It's literally why he's here. And I look around the league yesterday, Sean, and you guys know it's become the famous saying, field goals get you beat in the NFL.
Yeah.
I have a caveat for that. After looking around the league yesterday and seeing what went on. Unless you kick 7 of them, then you can win.
Right.
Unless you kick 7 of them. But with that being said, Sean, it's a 58-yard field goal from there. That's why he's here. I was told that.
Yeah.
I was told. It seems so out of character. And my only question for it, and I'm not going to sit here and crush him on it, because the game flow was weird. When you look at the stats, they dominated in every facet of the game. Dominated. Plays, yards, all of it. My only problem with it was that's why Jake Bates is here, and they didn't do it. And I would like an answer for that. But I'm not in the room because I'm a, quote, media hack, according to Phil. No. But, Sean, that was my... You want to question the Goff thing and the Ben Johnson thing? That's fair. That's your prerogative. That was my biggest takeaway.
We didn't plan it this way, but retrain your brain has become like a theme of this show, okay? And I think it starts with retraining your brain about the Lions. I go back 7-8 years ago. Anybody with half a brain in their head realized that the NFL was changing before our very eyes. And defense wins championships. The league doesn't like that. That's why they changed rules. That's why they call the game the way they do now. And I don't think anybody's going to argue that stuff anymore. This is an offensive league. It's predicated on pretty passing numbers and quarterbacks that can put up pretty passing numbers. I don't care whether you like it or not. I think that's the way that it is. Neil, we have grown up in an era, and even guys like young Justin and KG, we have grown up in an era where not that long ago, a dude hitting a 50-yarder made you go, wow. Wow. Wow, okay? I heard a stat last night on Sunday Night Football, and I have no reason to doubt the great Mike Tirico, okay? But he dropped a stat last night. Field goals, 50 and over this year. Kickers are a combined 22 of 26. This is not like a big deal anymore.
Well, wait a minute. I'll interrupt you, Sean, for Cat Spot. This is a bad take. A missed 58-yard field goal flips field possession. The risk-reward is not worth it.
Okay, but time out. Time out just a second. 58-yard field goals aren't a big deal anymore.
22 of 26, the league.
Especially when you got a guy like him. You know? I mean, I think people look at that now, and again, our brains are like 5-7 years ago. It's learned behavior where you went, wow, aren't we happy we got a guy like Jason Hansen that can go hit a 50-yarder? And then the ante got up. The ante got up with Prater, okay? And there are a ton of Praters. That guy in Dallas is going to hit a 70-yard field goal one day.
Yeah.
It's going to happen. Like, remember I said that. Seriously. He's going to hit a 70-yarder one day. You're seeing guys routinely hit, whether it be Baltimore, whether it be Dallas, you're seeing guys routinely hit field goals in the 60s. Neil, you're absolutely right. For all the back and forth about Bates in the offseason, okay? I'm worried about him from those intermarriage.
And that's me. Like, I'm gonna be fair about it. Yeah. That was me. I was like, okay, well, you did this in the UFL in front of 30 people at Ford Field. This is different now. There's 68,000 people in there. Men who bled for this last 60 minutes, limped off the field. Their fate hinges on you doing this. And he's been perfect. He's been absolutely perfect.
I don't have the numbers to support it, but I would love to see what the conversion rate is with field goals 55 and plus. I mean, because 50 and plus, for them to be 22 or 26 right now, this is a different league. I mean, length is real now. That could turn into a drop. Length is real now, okay? You see it each and every week to the point where, I mean, honestly, when's the last time you were surprised at a dude banging a 55-yard field goal?
You're not.
It doesn't surprise
It's
you.
almost a job requirement now. Right. You don't have a job if you can't hit 55 and out.
It doesn't surprise you anymore. So, Neil, in that regard, I to be honest with you, when that drive happened, I thought they were just going for it.
That's what I thought too.
Honestly,
yeah.
I thought they were going for it. That seemed like a prime Dan Campbell. I put faith in my guys. This is why the room loves him, whether you guys want to admit it or not. I trust my guys.
Yeah.
I trust my guys. I don't give a crap if it's 4th and 7. I trust that my guys are going to dial up the right play on the sideline, and my guys on the field are going to execute it. He loves that stuff, and the team loves him because of it. So if you would have kicked the field goal, I wouldn't have lost any sleep over it. Attempted the field goal, I should say. But to be honest with you, I thought they were just going for it on 4th and 7, especially after the negative play.
Cat spot, because it comes back to this then. Okay, you got what you wanted. He played it conservative, and guess what? They got the L.
Right.
Played it conservative, right? That's why Jake Bates was here. That's what I was told.
Nah, I hear you. And you already know I'm on the Jake Bates wagon.
100%.
I thought they would kick it too because
you're a founding father.
Oh, absolutely. And I thought they would kick that field goal there, much to like you thought, because he does have that kind of range. But I do understand the game situation. Not to totally agree with Cats, but I mean, it's fourth quarter. Time's dwindling down. There
was 13 minutes left, man.
Well, yeah, but they had a lead. You didn't want to necessarily risk that field position if they miss and put your defense in a bad position.
No. That he's here now.
He's
here and he's got the lead.
But
when are you going to kick?
But that's up to the coach to make that call.
And that's my own.
If he goes out there and misses the kick, so be it. But that's up to the coach.
Yeah. If you guys want me to get upset about something, that's the thing I was upset about.
Yeah.
That's why he's here. I don't want to hear that shit.
Yeah.
That's why he's here.
I pseudo agree, though, because the type of game that he called, aside from that fake punt, was a pretty much conservative game. So I did expect to see Jake Bates maybe come out there
that's
for
what people
58
wanted,
yards,
right? You want conservative. Well, there you go.
Yeah.
That's what you got.
It works. It's a double-edged sword. I mean, when it works, it works. When it doesn't, it doesn't.
So there it is. I was surprised by that.
Yeah.
I was.
I wouldn't hold it against him, though. That's all I'm saying.
I was like, Spenny, they should kick this field goal and we should get more drinks.
Mm-hmm.
We did both, right?
We did.
Yeah.
Before you cut to break, there's actually 2 things of breaking news currently that just happened.
Well, when news breaks, we break in.
One for Michigan and one for the Red Wings. So,
yeah.
Michigan has announced that Alex Orji will be starting at quarterback against USC this weekend.
Oh, thank God.
They had no other choice. So.
And
I like your chances a lot with that kid starting against USC.
This is not even news. What else were you going to do?
That, for the record, that is Jean Belizean with that tone. I know you hear tone and you automatically think it's me. It's not. What the Red Wings do? I know they signed somebody, right?
The Red Wings signed Jonathan Bergen to a 1-year, $825,000 AEV.
Berger's back.
Yep. I mean, I'm happy for Burgers to be back, but I want Mo and Raymond to be signed.
It leaves $16.8 million in cap space for.
That's where they're at.
Raymond and Sider.
Okay. So there you go.
All right.
Yeah, we're doing it, everybody. No, but we're talking about the football side. I do want to take a spin around the NFL because that's what we do on Mondays. Again, if you have your thoughts out there, get them out there, and we'll definitely take them into account. Now, this time, tell them about Mark White.
I will tell them about Mark White because if you are dreaming of a new home but feeling the financial pinch, all you have to do is go to Mark White because he will save you up to $5,000 on your new home. That's right, I said $5,000 in closing costs. Call Mark White at 248-290-8242 or visit him at markwhitesells.com. Again, that's 248-290-8242. Mark White will make your dreams come true.
All right, guys, guess what? The very best pregame Lions party is coming back September 30th, and we'll be back at 42 Watson Street for second best. Detroit's very... Guys, I'm telling you, this is an elite spot. It's right out 2 blocks from LCA.
Very good spot.
This is going to be the new spot, too. When you go to Pistons games, Red Wing games, or whatever, I'm telling you guys to pull up on them over there.
Grey Ghost right across the street. They're a partner with them.
There you go.
Went after the game, had a burger. It was the best burger I've ever had.
Enjoy some smooth Tullamore Dew Irish whiskey and catch the Woodward Sports pregame show with 2 knuckleheads, Neil Rule and Sean Belizean. Only at Second Best Bar. Come get some.
Stop searching for a vehicle and start finding one. Les Stanford Chevrolet Cadillac makes it easy. We harness the power of multiple dealerships and own the biggest selection of GM brands in the area to get you the car you need. With the Les Stanford Group, you'll have access to 4 different dealerships, providing you with more makes, more models, and more choices. We're connected to more than 1,000 vehicles. And with so many high-quality CPO vehicles available, you'll find new car quality at pre-owned prices. You can start and end your search at lesstanford.com today.
Can't get enough Lions coverage? Make sure you catch all Woodward sports shows every game day. Wake up with Woodward and Maine, giving you the latest insight into the Lions locker room and press conferences. Then join the Lions pregame show, highlighting key matchups, injuries, and what to watch for during the game. Follow all the ups and downs of the live game action with our Woodward Watch Party live on YouTube and woodwardsports.com. After the game, check out the instant fan and host reactions with the Lions postgame show. Every game, it's wall-to-wall, kneecap-biting, high-fiving, chest-pumping Lions coverage.
Hell yeah!
Only at Detroit's #1 sports network, Woodward Sports.
Woodward Sports, let's go.
Neil Rule here for Feldman Auto. That's right. There's 18 Feldman Automotive locations. You can go to feldmanauto.com. We know about Feldman Chevrolet in Novi, and rightfully so. They're Michigan's #1 Chevrolet dealer. But what if you want a Kia? What if you want a Ford? What if you want a different brand of car? There's 18 Feldman Automotive dealerships around the Metro Detroit area. So any kind of car you want, everybody, here's the move. Want a car? Go to feldmanauto.com. You can start the car buying process right there on your computer, everybody. And then you walk into the dealership, and then you get your car, and then you drive home. That's it. That's all. Feldman Automotive, great partner in the community as well. Been around since 1996. They are a Detroit institution, everybody. feldmanauto.com. All right, we're keeping it going here. Big D Energy, Woodward Sports Network. Neil Rule, Sean Belizean, who will be here every Monday throughout the Lions season. We got KG. He's back from sabbatical or studying abroad or wherever it was that he was at.
I was doing something.
Were you?
Yeah.
Did you go to Empire Strips back?
I didn't.
Man.
I didn't have time,
man.
I wanted to. Wifey wasn't having it, though.
That's fair.
We paddle boated.
You could have paddle boated to the Empire Strips back.
I would have, man. I'm sorry. I let you guys down.
You did. Jesus
I'll
is
come
here.
back and be better.
All right, that's all you can do.
Yeah.
Intern Justin, who just bagged out of class at Western Michigan and just hanging out. So respect to him. Spencer Raxter here, all of you. Adise 411. Mondays with Sean. Yeah, I like that terminology. Mondays with Sean.
Shout out.
Yep, shout out. It is time to just take a step back from the Lions, and it's been all Lions to this point. We'll get back into the Lions. There is no doubt about this, but I know Sean likes this. I know he likes it because I stole this from his media career. It's a great bit that he did. And all you got to do is give something a different name, but do the same thing. That's what I found in this business, and you can adopt it as your own.
Do what you need to do.
It's time to go around the NFL, Sean. What did you see around the NFL this weekend? Can I go first? Yes, I will go first. Here you go, Sean Belizean. The Minnesota Vikings, 2-0 in first place in the NFC North, just like we all thought.
Oh, who didn't see that coming, right?
Yep.
No doubt about that. Now, listen, props. I mean, I don't want to hear about CMC being out. Sorry, injuries happen in the National Football League. And you have Brocktober anyway. So, drop that stuff. Nobody's going to feel sorry for you in this league. That's another undeniable truth. Good for that. Do I think they have staying power? Absolutely not. I'm going to say it again. I think, they're lucky to have the best receiver in the game, and I firmly believe that Justin Jefferson is the best receiver in the game, but that's got to jump out to you, right? The Vikings on top of the division. Will the Lions ever catch the Vikings? I'm not so sure with all the upheaval going on.
No, because purely they suck now.
Yes.
So the run is over. Again, we're Tigers pregame here, the rest of the way out. No, but seriously though, Sean, and it is very NFC North centric, and damn it, the Packers won with Malik Willis, and I knew they were going to. I knew they were going to win that game.
Who wants to apologize to him first? Who wants to get in line? Yeah, anybody want to apologize? He was 12 of 14 for $122, man. Like, really, that's a reality. So yeah, I mean, anybody that want, okay, do we have to? Come on, he was 12 of 14 for $122. Congratulations, you won the game, but I don't think anybody's going to rethink their position on Malik Willis based on what they saw yesterday.
But the Packers won with Malik Willis.
That's what they do. They're a good franchise, whether we want to.
They're like the
not.
Mike Tomlin of franchises.
They really are. That's a great analogy, dude. It is, and that's why that's a fan base that can go relax, and their fan base is going to look. They were ready to go. Jump into Lake Superior last year. and then the Packers got going. That's what good franchises do, and that's what the Detroit Lions are trying to do. I got one for you. Didn't everybody know that David and Derek Carr at quarterback for New Orleans were going to be a juggernaut? Everybody knew they were going to score on
100%.
every time they touched the ball. Everybody knew that. And Alvin Kamara was going to actually stay healthy, and they were going to be a nonstop offense. Everybody knew that. Man, the National Football League surprises you each and every single week.
Sean, the league is linear.
That's true.
And you continue to go one step higher than you went the previous year. And it's straight. There are no ebbs and flows.
Gosh, I hate that thinking. Do you know who I blame for that around here locally? I'm serious. I blame the
Justin?
Pistons. I know. I blame the Pistons for that linear thinking. I really do, because back in the day, especially for the older generation, it was, we have to find a way to beat Dominique Wilkins, okay? We have to find a way to beat the Celtics the next year. We have to find a way to beat the Lakers the next year. We have to win it again the next year. Honestly, it doesn't work that way. That linear stuff just does not work. Sorry, I've seen it time and time again. Drives me nuts, man.
Woodward Sports Chat thread, DNC ENT. San Francisco is now 0-12 since 1994 in road trips to Minnesota. DNC ENT, you told us on the pregame show yesterday they were due. Your words, they were due.
I told you the Ravens were due. I thought that was a gift from the heavens above. As somebody called me out on Twitter, you're absolutely right. That's the National Football League. It's why people like me don't bet a lot. Because you can look at every number, and every number suggests this, and every number suggests that, and even Vegas has them as an 8.5-point favorite, and that's the National Football League, man. I don't know. To me, it's not a new phenomenon, Neil.
No.
It really isn't. It's not a new phenomenon.
Well, Sean, that's why betting on college is better, but that's not why I...
100%. I couldn't agree with you more.
Hey, shout out my 4-0 weekend this weekend in college football, but that's not why I'm here talking on this mic. I want to bring something up that I will give Neil his flowers for it. I was lockstep with him. It was the Los Angeles Chargers, and the way that they are just Michigan in the NFL.
He's running the playbook.
And they have, honestly, I want to say it, the best tackle duo in the NFL.
Yes, they do.
And they are going to be a problem moving forward.
He walked in the door. First draft pick, right out of the rip. Mm-hmm. And loaded the other side, and away they go. And now it's J.K. Dobbins. And, I bet you J.K. Dobbins stays pretty healthy this year. He's already healthy for J.K. Dobbins.
And remember that people clowned someone on this network. I don't know who he was, but I think he's very handsome, and he lost his voice a little bit over the weekend. That guy that said Joe Alt would be the best player drafted in this draft class.
You said it.
People
it's
clown
on
me for
wax. It's on wax. And there were factors that went into it because you know what he's walking into. And it was just set up for him. And there's Jim Harbaugh. And here's Neil. Oh, Neil's the Michigan hater. He. What have I always said about Jim Harbaugh? He's an elite football coach. Elite. He's a weird-ass dude. He's socially awkward, but he can coach his ass off in football, and it was good. It's never not going to work there. And Justin Herbert, by the way, Justin Herbert, 130 yards.
That's why
the Malik Willis playing. He's Malik Willis now.
It is amazing to me. Like I thought a lot of people were kind of poo-pooing on his situation going to L.A., and I think that's still a dangerous team. Now he has a lot of work to do to change the Chargers going Charger mantra. I mean, that has been going on for decades now. How many times have we seen the Chargers get off to a great start or have a great season and then fall flat on their face come playoff time? I mean, the LaDainian Tomlinson teams, the Phillip Rivers teams, some of the Justin Herbert teams. But you know what? All of a sudden, you've got a lot around Justin Herbert where, guess what? Neil, to your point, Justin Herbert doesn't have to go out there and throw the ball 50 times a game. He doesn't have to put up 395 yards, et cetera, et cetera. Play within the offense, find a way to win the game. I'm not saying that they're an AFC favorite or anything like that. You know what? I thought that was a pretty favorable situation to walk into for Jim Harbaugh. And so far, again, it's early, so far, that's looked good.
If they go in and beat the Steelers, then they're 3-0. Like Catspot's like ragging on them about the schedule they played so far. This is the NFL, man. You're playing an NFL team. They beat the Raiders. beat him down pretty bad, who didn't have a problem going in and taking Lamar's lunch money.
That's fine. Yeah.
Weird league, everybody. Weird league.
Cats, I miss you, dog, but lick my balls.
All right, fair enough. Spenny, what'd you see, man?
I saw that the NFL's a shit show this year. We'll figure out what's going. I mean, for real though, that's what it is. That's the league. It's every given Sunday for a reason. You're gonna have to take everybody seriously. The Lions need to dial it in a little bit, and maybe the preseason is more important than we thought.
I'll go back to the pregame show yesterday too, Sean. You know what I saw that we all saw intimately? We saw a football team that's won 8 of their last 10 games in come into Ford Field and win as a 7.5-point underdog. And we saw Baker Mayfield. And is he going to win an MVP? No, he's not going to win an MVP. Is he going to win a Super Bowl in Tampa Bay?
Probably not.
No, he's not going to win a Super Bowl in Tampa Bay. But I will say this, and Spenny, it was one thing. That was one of the takeaways from watching the game to me. That sideline F's with him, and he F's with that sideline. Mm-hmm. And you can tell. Because the guy's going to go out there and say what you want about Baker Mayfield. Yeah. Say what you want. He's going to go lay it down out there.
Yeah.
He'll lay it all down out there.
Playing the best ball of his career. That's far.
And he's a great vet. He's $30 million a year, Sean.
Yeah, I'm not a huge Mayfield fan, but you know what? You put him in the right spot, and he's going to do things like that.
Put him in Cleveland right now.
Yeah. Listen, that's just
put him in Pittsburgh.
It is amazing, though, going back to what Spencer said, how much this league has changed, okay? Back in the day, really not that long ago, we didn't see, quote-unquote, a lot of surprises. And we certainly didn't see surprises, oh, my gosh, where did this team come from? Nobody saw this team going 10-6 or, in today's era going 11-6 and 10-7. You see it every year in the National Football League. And I say it again, this is a league that sells hope. And why is this league as wildly as successful as they are? It is because they sell said hope. And the way it's set up allows fans to have hope each and every Sunday, even for the shitty teams, and to stay in the race longer. You put extra playoff teams in there, and guess what? You have extra weeks of hope. How many times as we as Lion fans have been sitting there going, all right, what's the mock draft look like in the last week in November? Usually post-Thanksgiving. Mm-hmm. Thanksgiving has traditionally been the coup de grace for our season, right? So we start to look at some of those mock drafts. Well, now you have added playoff teams. You add a game. All of a sudden, guess what? You're going, man, legitimately, we're still alive. Like, I get it. We're 5-8 right now, okay? But if they lose and he loses and he loses.
And we win 4 in a row.
And we win 4 in a row. All of a sudden, we're 9-8. And we got the tiebreaker over him and him. Yep. And then those two teams play each other. The league loves this shit because it keeps us all engaged. Such is the power of the Shield.
Can I say one more thing about Baker Mayfield? Because I think it's important because we do have a bias coming from Detroit. But I would say that Baker Mayfield is closer to Jared Goff than Jared Goff is to the upper echelon of quarterbacks in the NFL in terms of the Josh Allens of the world, the Mahomeses of the world. Yeah, you can give me that look, Neil, but if you couldn't tell me if you put Baker on the Lions last year that they probably still win a playoff game or two.
No, because he's going to make that critical mistake. That's the difference. He's going to make the critical mistake.
See,
I'm not saying that they're even. I'm saying that Baker is closer than Jared Goff is to being a truly elite quarterback.
Spenny, before we go to the break, chat pull it. Baker Mayfield or Jared Goff?
Yeah, I knew this was going to happen.
Yeah, right. No, get him out of here. Get him out of here.
What Neil said is true. Don't be a prisoner to looking at the numbers, okay? Like last year, Mayfield only had 10 interceptions, right?
Yeah.
He only had 10 interceptions. You take that all day. It's that critical mistake at a critical juncture.
How'd the season end for the Bucs?
Right. That's the stuff that makes me go, okay, Baker, you can stay over there. That's somebody who's just strictly looking at the numbers. And as a recovering stataholic, I openly admit it, and I still go to classes, sometimes the numbers don't tell the whole story. And I think Baker Mayfield is a perfect example for the reason that you just gave. This is a guy that's going to fuck it up at some point in time. More shaken, more
but overall
instances
solid.
than not.
Overall solid.
Yeah.
He's a level guy. Like he can get you to a level. That's my opinion. For those Stataholic meetings, that's at the local church on Friday nights.
Well, Flannel gives opening remarks each and every week.
Yeah.
Right? He tells you why you should be a Stataholic.
They have the shitty coffee and the donuts and everything.
Terrible. Terrible. Awful.
All right,
Poor
everybody.
Justin's on his way back to Kalamazoo.
Yeah, he got benched.
The kid drives all
He
the
got
way to
benched
Kalamazoo.
mid-game.
And look I see him walking away with his head down like a scorned puppy,
Hey.
getting in his car to drive back to Kalamazoo.
Stick was the manager. He just pulled him.
No, absolutely. Tough run, Juice. That's sad to see it end like that. Hey, speaking of things ending, everybody, let's get serious now. If you're talking about divorce, child custody, visitation, other family law issues, Kevin and Catherine at KDK Law right here in Birmingham will have your back. Look, if you're going through this right now, I know some people are going through this kind of stuff. You're losing sleep at night. Let's be real again, guys. They have 24/7 availability. They have over 10 years of experience in the game. Scan the QR code on your screen right now. Give them a call as well, 248-971-0476. Say that Woodward Sports sent you and KDK Law will pay your filing fee. KDK Law, they'll have your back.
And let me tell you about Sabbath Coffee Roasters. Fuel your Lions fandom with the perfect cup and become a subscriber of Sabbath Coffee Roasters. Whether you're gearing up for the big game or savoring a quiet morning, Sabbath Coffee Roasters has you covered with fresh, locally roasted specialty coffee delivered right to your door. Head to www.sabbathcoffeeroasters.com. Choose your favorite roast. Use code word Woodward to get 25% off your first subscription order. Awake and unwind, support local, and enjoy the game right with Sabbath Coffee Roasters.
So just to get the heated steering wheel, I also had the spring for the bigger rims.
Yeah, that's how they get you. Those upgrades will cost you an arm and a leg every time.
Hey, new car crew, how'd it go this weekend? I got a great deal on mine.
How?
I went to Randy Wise, not those other guys. They got me in a great new ride, and they didn't break my budget. Hey, could you pass me the sugar?
How?
Never mind.
He made the wise choice.
Yep.
Make the wise choice at randywisechevy.com.
It's bear hunting season, and Dan Campbell is hungry for some kneecaps.
If you can just get a hold of them and you start dragging their ass out to the deep, dark abyss, you can drown them.
The Kings of the North are back for another year of the brand new Lions. Make sure you're locked in to Detroit's #1 sports network for all the news and info on your Detroit Lions.
Right now with your Premier Pet Supply, man, just looking around, who's got it better than pets? Come on, a baby stroller for Coda? A chef for Lola, really? You don't have to tell me who the real boss here is. Who's got it better than pets? Nobody, especially here at Premier Pet Supply. For over 30 years and more than 13 locations, Premier Pet Supply has everything that your pet can dream of, and guess what? It's all under one roof. Premier Pet Supply, family owned, operated, and proud to call Metro Detroit home. Check out premierpetsupply.com or scan the QR code today. Who's got it better than pets?
Nobody! How would you... What happens when you run a great business for over 50 years? You expand and offer more products to more people. That's exactly what Les Stanford did by adding Les Stanford Buick GMC. The same great service the customers have come to know and trust on Woodward Avenue, just south of 9 Mile. Check out Les Stanford in Dearborn today and find the brand you want at LesStanford.com. Les Stanford, together, let's ride.
All right, we're keeping it pushing, everybody. Big D Energy, Woodward Sports Network, Neil Rule, Sean Belesian every Monday. Riding the rest of the way through football season. Of course, we have KG. Young Justin has been banished from the chair.
Riding the pine.
Spencer Raxter is here. Stick has joined us, though.
Hey.
Hey, Stick.
Hey,
Look, sometimes you got to make an executive decision. My only question to you is, next time you do it, can you do like a Broadway play and get the hook and like pull him out of the chair?
I think we could do that. We could get that going.
Yeah.
And like the big powder thing, I could run by and just smack him right in his face for his takes. Like, what are we doing today? Besides proving that Jared Goff is the MVP of the Detroit Lions. That's all these complainers are doing to me. You're showing me how important he is to the offense. You're showing me how important he is to make this whole damn thing click.
It's kind of like he's the starting quarterback.
If he's the cause of all, right? Yeah, kind of like he is. Kind of like he's the starting quarterback that got us to an NFC Championship.
Yeah, and it's kind of like he had a bad game yesterday. Both things can be true.
He did have a bad game, but that doesn't mean he's a bad quarterback. That's where I draw the line. And if you guys go into the Woodward group chat right now,
it's the phone, Sean. Be thankful you're not on.
Sean,
this.
can I add you to it?
No, I told you. I confess my sins. You cannot include me in that. I've confessed.
It's not as bad as the old days here.
No, listen. I've confessed my sins. I was one of those guys, and here's the reality in sports. Okay, I think what happens is you want to plant your flag in, and stubbornness keeps you from ripping the flag out and saying, wow, a dude changed. Much like KG, much like we were talking about the Detroit. Listen, the Detroit Lions were the worst franchise in the NFL. It was, to me, it was non-negotiable. It was non-debatable until they weren't.
Yeah.
And the same things with Jared Goff was a turnover machine. Jared Goff saw ghosts every game. Jared Goff would make me wince watching him for a while. And then he didn't.
Jared Goff threw one bad interception yesterday. The other one completely justified, right? And everybody's sitting here telling me Baker effing Mayfield. Did he even throw for 200 yards yesterday?
No, he was 12 of 19. He was 12 of 19
170?
for 185 yards with a touchdown and
elite.
And an interception.
A $180. Dude's throwing a $180 and he's elite. And then the same people that were telling me Stafford played a great game, he picked apart the Lions last week. Well, didn't he throw 50 times for 300 yards?
Yep.
And threw a massive interception before the first half ended? But wait, I thought that was good quarterback play, throwing 50 times and getting 300. This is where these fans, man, Justin, come here. Let's try this again. Come here.
He's getting put back in the game, people.
He is such a scorned puppy right now. You should see him. He's literally shaking his head. He's so sad. All right, Justin.
Stick is coaching right
Try
now.
it again, Justin. Let's go.
All right, this is my opinion. This is definitely not influenced at all. This is my for real opinion.
Come on,
okay?
Kid. You got it, kid. Come on. Oh, he's
Jared Goff's not that much better than Baker Mayfield. I don't care.
Okay, get on the chair. Get on the chair.
Oh, shit.
You try, Neil.
All you can do is coach.
All you can do is try. You give these kids opportunity.
Yeah. All you can do is coach.
Justin a ball. He has to hand the ball. The skip's coming out.
Right.
He's going to the pen right now. Who's in the pen? Let's bring somebody else into the pen.
I really had hope for that kid, man.
No, but in all honesty, Jared Goff's our quarterback. The Lions are still going to the Super Bowl. If you're off the bandwagon this early, thank you. You've identified yourself.
And many have.
Yeah. And the parasites of the world, like Easy, that have just been waiting to latch onto something. They got their moment.
He's out.
He's been out.
He's out. No, he's out, Spenny. He's out.
He said Jared Goff had a bad game.
He's out.
That doesn't make you out. That's being reasonable.
Yeah.
You could say the guy had a bad game.
He's back to the easy
and
ways.
Still expect him to be the Super Bowl champion this year.
A play at a fraction in time.
Oh, did you see the receipt I had to pull on Easy in the chat because he was running his mouth?
Woodward Sports chat thread, CK, Mayfield can scramble too. Got sacked 5 times for a loss of 39 yards.
Here's Easy, quarterback guru. Tweet from March 14th, 2022. Reasons the Detroit Lions will not trade for Deshaun Watson. Jared Goff has a dead cap hit of $30 million. We can't afford to move him at all. That's the tweet. Jared Goff is the cause of all your problems once again. Jared Goff is the cause of us not getting Deshaun Watson. Elite tweet by Easy. But no, he's not a hater. He's loved Goff this whole time.
Look at Neil's face.
Spenny, do you want me to send this to you or just want to pull it out of the group chat?
No, I can grab it,
Because it's real. I didn't make this up. I'm not good enough at making up tweets, and I didn't have Ryan Photoshop this. But the reason we don't have Deshaun Watson, Neil, he's the cause of all our problems.
Listen, you and I had arguments about this years ago. Even if Jared Goff didn't become this Jared Goff, okay, you still love that deal.
Yeah.
It was about the 2 picks, and it was about saying, I know, Lion fans, the last word in the world you want to hear is patience. I get it. I don't want to hear it. But here's a guy actually playing chess. Brad Holmes is looking not one move ahead, he's looking 2 moves ahead. And guess what? He's got 2 good pawns now, 2 first-round picks, which, by the way, became even better when the Rams fell flat on their face. So let's play pretend. Jared Goff didn't have this renaissance. I still like that deal.
Yeah.
I still like the deal because you have a quarterback who didn't want to be here. You got 2 first-round draft choices. So thank you, Jared Goff. And I say that even before he had his renaissance. It's not that difficult to figure out. Oh, easy. That's a bad take, dude.
I got more. I can keep going.
Dude.
There it is, boys.
Dude.
Trading for Deshaun Watson.
There it is.
Jared Goff has been holding us back from 20. We could have Deshaun Watson, the guy that Joe Flacco replaced and went further with. That guy. But either way, I digress. Love you,
What
Jared
happened
Goff.
to
Don't
that
listen
guy?
to these fools.
Can we have like an investigation of what
He was getting his powers from those hand jobs.
Exactly. Give him the massages again, he'll be top 5.
That's got to be it, right?
He'll be top 5 in the league again. Yep.
I would like put a thing in the corner of the new Tokyo Moon and pretend that it's one of those. Right? New Tokyo Moon in the corner of the locker room.
Right.
And have somebody saying there and massagey? Like, do what you need to do.
I got a spot for him right off Telegraph. Man. If he want to get his powers back, I got him.
Can we please go to break? Can we please go to somebody talk about Randy Wise?
Yep.
Somebody sell a car. Somebody sell a drink.
Just so you know.
Pet food.
Right.
Whatever.
Deshaun Watson is called rub maps, man. You can get your mojo back.
He prefers his wings dry rubbed.
Hurry.
Soroki's chicken wings.
Hurry.
Let me tell you guys about Randy Wise. Randy Wise. Not them other guys. How would you like to play with a legend like Darren McCarty, Kirk Gibson, Braylon Edwards, or Calvin Johnson?
On the U of M golf course?
Oh,
Whoa.
yeah. You know you can. It's the Randy Wise Celebrity Golf Tour. You can meet Tim McCollum as well. Register today, and you can play like a VIP. Go to woodwardsports.com or scan the QR code on the screen. When it comes to your next car or truck, make the wise decision. Randy Wise Automotive. Shout out to them. They brought us to a lot of cool stuff, cool events this summer. It was a lot of fun. And let me tell you about the watch party and the post-game show. I will be making my triumphant turn to the watch party. Make sure you tap in. It's live at Hayes Social. They got Sabbath Coffee Roasters, Soroki and 1800 Tequila, also New Holland Brewing Company as the sponsors. I tried the Tangerine Space Machine, the Taller Long Drink, the Peach Space Machine. They got anything you want. It's all delicious. Make sure you tap it out. Again, Hayes Social, come join us this weekend for the Lions game. It's going to be a lot of fun. Only here on Woodward Sports, where we're doing Lions coverage better than anybody in the state.
At Planet Fitness, you can get everything you need for just $1 down.
Try out Planet Fitness and dang, they got lots of equipment.
Not me getting a Planet Fitness membership just for the 24-hour perk.
Hey, y'all better get on these free fitness training sessions from Planet Fitness.
Did y'all know that the PF app has workouts you can do at home? Cheapest therapy I can find is Planet Fitness.
Join Planet Fitness today and get everything you need for just $1 down. $15 a month, cancel anytime. Deal ends Thursday, July 18th.
Can't get enough Lions coverage? Make sure you catch all Woodward sports shows every game day. Wake up with Woodward and Maine, giving you the latest insight into the Lions locker room and press conferences. Then join the Lions pregame show, highlighting key matchups, injuries, and what to watch for during the game. Follow all the ups and downs of the live game action with our Woodward Watch Party live on YouTube and woodwardsports.com. After the game, check out the instant fan and host reactions with the Lions postgame show. Every game, it's wall-to-wall, kneecap-biting, high-fiving, chest-pumping Lions coverage.
Hell yeah!
Only at Detroit's #1 sports network, Woodward Sports.
Woodward Sports, let's go.
Soroki's Crispy Chicken and Pizza has a new limited time offer just in time for this football season. Soroki's is debuting their fresh signature flavored wings. Grab your friends, order a New York style pizza, and add fresh wings for the game this weekend. Try one of their 7 different flavors. Go to Sorokis.com to find a location near you.
All right, we're keeping it pushing, buddy. Big D Energy, Woodward Sports Network, Neil Rule, Sean Belizean every Monday. KG, Spencer Raxter. Stick has left the building. I don't know what happened to young Justin.
I think Justin is he might be a little hurt.
Back?
Yeah.
I think Justin just passed the zoo on his way back to Kalamazoo, right?
I believe so. He's
Stick kind of gave him the Draymond Green, the Rudy Gobert treatment. So I don't know where Justin went, but I'll be all right.
He might be headed to New Tokyo Moon.
He may be. Woodward Sports chat thread. Jump in to there. Click the like button since you're here. If you're new, you like what's going on. We do football coverage better than anybody. We are Detroit's #1 sports network. Mason Leach. Hey, Neil, I guess field goals don't get you beat because 2 field goals would have won us the game. The one where we punted on our side of the field would have kicked a field goal at the end there, which I'm not sure what that means.
One touchdown would have won us that game.
Yeah, 7 trips to the red zone. Mason Leach, 1 tutty. That's what gets you beat.
Mm-hmm.
It happens all the time. All the time.
By the way, did you see the Commanders yesterday? You know how they won that game, right?
7 field goals.
7 field goals.
I said field goals get you beat unless you kick 7 of them.
Exactly, right.
Yeah.
It's
nuance.
Right.
In today's National Football League, if that's what you have to resort to, you are screwed. Like you just are in an offensive league like this. You're screwed if that's what you have to resort to.
Well,
it'll work against Daniel Jones. Right,
and that's where
you can do it
Sean.
against Daniel Jones.
When you come back to it, like playoff teams and teams in your water, Super Bowl contenders. Right. Show me the time they got beat with 7 field goals.
Right.
Yeah.
Show me the time.
Doesn't happen.
It does not happen. Let's go Red Wing Sparty. Sean, weigh in on this. That easy tweet is more incriminating and damaging to a career than the Laramie Tunsil gas mask.
Yeah.
Listen, all jokes aside, Easy, you're my boy, okay? And Spenny, I hammered Jared Goff, and I'm not backing away from it. Rightfully so. He was not good in the last tenure with the Rams. He wasn't good when he first came here. But you have to be honest enough with yourself to say, again, if a guy flips the script, you have to acknowledge it. I'm not doing my job unless I acknowledge it. So with that being said, even guys like me that thought that legitimately he was just a throw-in, that deal was a darn good deal from day one because of those picks. That's how you rebuild in the National Football League. I mean, really, it's that simple. Then you throw in the fact that he turned into what he's turned into. That deal's awesome. It is a rare time where, Neil, you have to say that is a win-win. The Rams got their Super Bowl. The Rams felt good, bad, or indifferent. They could not win the Super Bowl with Jared Goff. Okay? They brought in Matthew Stafford. They
among
won
other
the
things
Super Bowl.
they brought in.
Right.
Yeah.
But period, end of story. If we're going to sit here out of one side of our mouth and say the quarterback's the most important piece, we have to give Matthew Stafford his flowers as well. He came in, they won the Super Bowl, period. End of story, okay? They won. Like, you know me, Lion fans, I swear to God, I will never bag on the Lions again if they win one Super Bowl. Yeah. That's it, I'm done.
Mm-hmm.
Ever. It's never going to happen. Just give me one, please. Lord, strike me dead if I ever do it. Like, just one, that's all I want. So the Rams got their Super Bowl, the Lions got their pick, and they got a pretty damn good quarterback out of it, who hasn't written his last chapter yet either. That's a win-win. You usually don't see deals like that in the National Football League.
Yeah, and Easy didn't want Deshaun Watson, and he did come back on. He is on the Goff train, and he said multiple times, they're going to win the Super Bowl this year with Jared Goff, but he was just saying he had a bad game this last week, which is 100% fine to say. And the people that can't admit that Jared Goff had a bad game and was one of the major contributing factors in them losing that game is what makes him so angry. And I agree with that. You can, I wholeheartedly...
Jared Goff said he didn't play
I
well.
wholeheartedly believe Jared Goff will win a Super Bowl for the Detroit Lions this year. He had a bad week last year.
But Easy went back. Jared Goff's the one that said he didn't play a good game. Jared Goff himself said it. So that being said, Easy showing tendencies from before. Is that fair to say? Is it fair to say?
I wouldn't say that. Easy was pretty good yesterday and this morning in the Woodward Sports chat. He even called, the big tweet incident that happened with Woodward Sports Network. He even said that was a wild tweet. So I think he's getting better, man.
You know what the flip side to that is, though? It is that universal lockstep mentality that I hate as well. And I think that's equally as bad. You can love a coach. Pick a coach. You can love Jim Harbaugh. You can love Mark Antonio. You can love Dan Campbell. And it's okay to not agree with everything that they do. That doesn't mean you love them any less. But there are some out there, no, he does no wrong.
Yeah.
Neil Rule, you are the idiot. Dan Campbell could possibly not have made a mistake. That's the kind of stuff. Like I can still be all in and say, my man didn't have a good day. I can still think that Ben Johnson is one of the brightest, young, innovative minds still in the National Football League and say, yesterday was one of those days you'd like to have back. That doesn't mean I don't love him any less. It was a bad day. Yeah. It happens.
18% of people say that Ben Johnson sucks.
Well, is it over?
We did the poll.
Is it over now?
Yeah, absolutely. It is over. So
the
I'm
same
sorry.
18% that say golf.
I love Ben Johnson. I love Dan Campbell. I love Jared Goff as the Lions quarterback. None of those guys had good games. They are the reasons we lost.
Period.
Aiden Hutchinson, the defense, and Aaron Glenn was the reason we were in that game. The reason we lost was because they threw the ball 55 times, because Goff made bad decisions in the red zone, and because Dan Campbell didn't kick that field goal and didn't make the right decisions at a coaching aspect.
And that's, you know what? And this is me. This is my bad here, Sean. I did a bad job today. And you just reminded me of that. I did a bad job because, God damn it, Aiden Hutchinson played his ass off yesterday.
He did, and it needs to be acknowledged.
Ass off yesterday. How good did he play? He went from 11-1 to be Defensive Player of the Year to 4.5-1, according to Caesar Sportsbook, the official sportsbook of Woodward.
4.5 sacks in a game.
In a day. In 3 hours, he did that. And he played his ass off. And that defense played their ass off. And Terrion Arnold he's progressing.
I'll take that flag any day of the week. He was right with the receiver. He's going to have these moments, but it's okay.
No doubt. Because, again, you go right to it. That was Godwin and Mike Evans. Mm-hmm. It doesn't get easier in this league. Yeah. It just flat out does.
Well, he was right there with him.
The defense played arguably one of the best games they played in a long time. That I was trying to go through my mind and think of, not like against the Giants or that bum ass Trevor Lawrence Jaguars team or anything like that. Like a legit a team that had won 8 of 10 games, played a legit game defensively. Aaron Glenn, they did a great job yesterday. They outgained them over 2-1 in yardage. Mm-hmm. They ran 82 plays to their 42.
Yeah.
By any metric other than red zone trips and points, they beat their ass.
Yep. One of my biggest pet peeves, and I think, Spenny, I don't remember exactly who it was. We had a conversation, one of the shows in the summer. KG, I think you were here. One of my biggest pet peeves in this town is people wanting to put a guy on a plateau he doesn't belong. Mm-hmm. Calling a good player great, calling a great player elite. And I wasn't trying to ruffle the feathers. You'll know when I'm trying to ruffle the feathers. But I said, as good as Hutch has been, I think there's a next level there.
Yeah.
If you want me to call him elite, I want to see more elite. Mm-hmm. And you know what? Based on how this season is going, I think we're going to see that step. I really do. If the first couple games is a sign of things to come, I'll be the first guy that sits back and go, yeah, he's at that level now. Yeah. I mean, he came a half sack away from the franchise record, a record that has stood, oh, by the way, for 41 years from a guy by the name of William Gay. Half sack away from that. You saw it in real time, okay? And Neil, you know this, especially with the team that the logo you're wearing. Whether you want to admit, Tiger fans are the absolute worst at this routine. Looking at an average player and saying that he's a very good player, looking at a very good player and calling him a great player, but I think it's kind of filtered down into other areas. Hutch is one of those guys, in my opinion. If you want to yell at me, you can. People were throwing the E word out there. They were throwing the elite word out there. And I was going, no. I think he's a good player. I think he's a very good player. I think at this juncture of his career, there's a next level there.
Mm-hmm. Wait a minute. You asked for a little more?
I know. I'm
so out of here, Sean Belichian.
But you know what?
Get your shit and get out of here.
Justin and I are going later.
Right.
No, all jokes aside. And again, sometimes people hear that and what are you dogging Hutch for?
Sean,
what part of very good player didn't you understand?
Sean, I got 10 texts from people And social media messages, well, what do you think of Hutch now? I'm like, oh, so I was right. There is more in there.
Yeah.
There is more in there.
I don't.
It was never hate, and it was misconstrued as hate. But we
1000%
all knew that Hutch is this kind of player. We just needed to see him break
100%.
through. That's it.
When you saw the flashes of it, some of the Chicago game, when he took that game over, I was like
he did yesterday.
Give me more.
Yes.
Yeah.
I want more of that. Is there any? And I understand he can't do it every play. I get that. Lawrence Taylor wasn't dominating every play, but yeah, there was another level there, and I think he may have taken that step. Again, early returns are in, and they look very promising.
Planet Fitness, everybody. We're live from the Planet Fitness studios. They're the best gym in the gym game. I've been a member there for over 3 years, and guess what? I'll never be a member at a different gym. Ever, never. Planet Fitness is the place for me. There's over 50 Metro Detroit locations. There's over 2,600 of them in the world. Wherever my travels take me, there's always a Planet Fitness right there. Just $24.99 a month. Get you a black card. You get access to all the amenities, the massage, the hydro massage, all of it. Clean facilities, clean locker rooms. Go get a shower. Go on about your day. To make the change you want to make, everybody, you got to make it a part of the routine. And Planet Fitness is right there for you. Some of you are paying $80, $90, $100 a month for a gym. Why? Because they got a rock wall? Cool, bro. Planet Fitness, it's all you need. I'm telling you guys this. Go to planetfitness.com and join there, or just pull in the parking lot. You can join there as well. It's Planet Fitness. Your fitness is essential.
Come to any Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men and claim your throne for a king's treatment from one of our talented stylists. Open 7 days a week. Walk in anytime. Just get to a Lady Jane's today and receive a precision haircut, scalp massage, hot lather neck shave, and a hot towel treatment. A haircut should not be a chore. It should be an experience. And that's exactly what Lady Jane's has to offer. Open 7 days a week. Walk-ins are always welcome. There's always a location near you. Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men. It's wicked awesome.
It's bear hunting season, and Dan Campbell is hungry for some kneecaps.
If you can just get a hold of them and you start dragging their ass out to the deep, dark abyss, you can drown them.
The Kings of the North are back for another year of the brand new Lions. Make sure you're locked in to Detroit's #1 sports network for all the news and info on your Detroit Lions.
Woodward Sports, let's go.
Detroit sports. Make sure you listen to Ermanni and Edwards with Maz next 2 p.m. to 4 p.m. on the Woodward Sports Network.
Attention sports fans, don't miss out on the injury expert insights from Dr. Jeff Pierce of the Michigan Sports and Spine Center. Breaking news, by the way, Dr. Pierce will join us every Wednesday now here on Big D Energy. Every Thursday on Ermanni and Edwards, he will offer top-notch injury advice. It's great. We break down, for us weekend warriors, we break down what happens in professional sports as well. He gives you your take and what he thinks and how it's going to shake out. And Dr. Jeff Pierce can keep you in the game and performing at your very best. For more info, go to MichiganSportsAndSpine.com. Dr. Jeff Pierce, powered by Amon-Ra of Southfield as well. Final segment of the show, Big D Energy, Woodward Sports Network, Neil Rule, Sean Belizean. He'll be here every Monday on Big D Energy. KG, young Justin is back. I guess he's not. He hasn't been placed on the highway back to Kalamazoo.
He was worried about you.
Spencer Raxter as well.
Hello.
We're going to do the college football stuff tomorrow. We certainly will get into that. Xavier D. Same SOL losers want a Goff gone after Thanksgiving last year to F you losers.
Nobody wants him gone. Like, this is what it is.
Easy probably
Stop
does.
being so defensive.
Yeah.
Stop drawing your swords when someone says he had a bad game. It's okay to say that. It's okay to objectively look at this game and say he wasn't good enough. He's still the guy. He's still your quarterback one. He didn't play well enough. He needs to play better than that. We expect him to win a Super Bowl.
The all or nothing shit is mind-boggling.
It's ridiculous.
Barry Sanders once had -1 in a playoff game. Did you know that?
Yeah.
-1.
Get him out of town.
Done. Over. I mean, this is a guy that is, forget Detroit, he's held on a pedestal everywhere. Most people are going to say, who's the best running back you ever saw? Barry Sanders. Some might throw in Walter Payton. Some old dudes, my old man. He was no Jim Brown. I can still hear my old man's voice and everything. I was like, Dad, you're out your mind. He had a -1 in a playoff game. You know, it's okay. It happens in the National Football League. It happens to the great ones. It really does.
Motown Cool. The Bucks just wanted it more. They played like the Lions played last season. All right, here's what this all boils down to before we get out of here.
Yeah.
They didn't execute well enough to win an NFL game.
Point blank, period.
Do they suck?
Right. It's,
No,
it's week 2 of 17 games.
You have to play well to win in the National Football League. You have to. Sometimes you get away with it. The Chiefs got away with it against your guy, Joe Burrow.
We got away with it week 1, to be honest. Aside from overtime.
All right, I'm telling you, listen, I'm going to say it again. That's why I think they're going to be the first team to win 3 Super Bowls in a row. And I feel dirty saying it, but I can't change my mind. That fucking team finds a way all the time.
All the time.
Yeah.
Under every circumstance. I'm sick of watching it. Like, it makes me sick to my stomach. That's why I think they're going to win. They'll be the first team to win 3 straight Super Bowls. I do.
The frustration for me is this. Everything played out the way you needed it to play out yesterday. The Niners lost. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like, everything around you, because I still have my eyes on this grand prize. And you had a prime opportunity to get the leg up early. You had a prime opportunity to do it. And those are the consequences when you are in these waters and you have these expectations. The consequences of not playing well are damning.
Yep.
They were damning. And it's not over.
It's not.
Everyone doesn't suck. Like, I told you guys this was going to happen.
Yeah, we said that.
Guess what, everybody? They could lose again. This weekend. They could lose to the Cardinals. They could.
And to be honest, if Goff were to fall off a fucking cliff this year, he's still going to be the quarterback.
That's it.
This regime is still going to be in place if the Lions go win 8 games this year. That doesn't mean they're a bad franchise at that point.
So
it is what it is.
That's it. Tomorrow, we'll get into some college football. Michigan Wolverines playing USC.
Listen here. You have my full permission to get your shit off. Do what you got to do. Do what you got to do.
Why are you looking at me?
Come on, Neil. Don't do that.
Best team in the States in East Lansing, baby.
No, that's facts. And you already know what you finna do tomorrow, which it's justified. I'm telling you, it is justified. You have full runway. Do what you got to do.
It's the Don.
You're right. All that. Get your shit off.
Now can I ask a question?
Not yet, but I told.
Okay.
But when I told you this year was a wash, you was looking at me crazy. The writing's on the wall. Like, you can kind of see it.
Do we get to ask a question about the Don?
About the Don, yes. I thought you was talking about that Auburn
now.
shit. No, the Don, yes, not the Auburn shit. Not yet.
You're more on that Auburn highway than the Georgia highway.
Feels good being unbeaten. That's,
Yeah.
I'm
It is factual.
Hey.
Spen, I don't know about you.
It's bittersweet,
Feels
but
real good
it's
being
good
unbeaten.
seeing the Don not being able to be a workhorse running back like I told you at the Ally Challenge.
Yeah. Khalil Mullins for the win, though.
I was told to bet on him to win the Heisman at Caesar Sportsbook. That's what I was told.
Well, you ain't put your money down, so you all good.
Well, somebody else told you Cam Ward before the season started, so.
Yeah. Well,
All right, Sean, appreciate it, my friend.
Always a
good
pleasure.
run as always. I heard we're together Thursday again.
Yeah, Thursday back in here, and then, of course, Sunday. So check it out.
There you go. KG, Young Justin. Hey, man, thanks for rolling out, brother. Appreciate it.
Your neck
Thanks for
okay,
having
man?
me.
The way he pulled you out that chair, man. I don't know.
No, it kind of hurts. I can't lie. I got pulled out of the chair very awkwardly.
Spenny, appreciate you, brother.
Hello.
Heavyweights today, 5 to 7.
Check it out.
Tap it in. All right, tap into it. For all these guys, I'm Neil Roll. Thanks for tapping in. Big D Energy, Woodward Sports Network. Well, see you later.